You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Waking up in a code red weather alert, not for today. Don't catch yourself off guard. The morning, afternoon look great, but tonight, potential severe weather.
Now on Fox 17 News This Morning, a bill is proposed to track the cost to the state of Tennessee of prosecuting migrants for crimes. We're going to tell you why the sponsor wants to track these numbers. Thank you so much for joining us here on Fox 17 News This Morning. I'm Justin McFarland. It is a Thursday morning, and we have gone code red. We are tracking storms that are going to be moving their way here to mid-state over the next 24 hours or so. Greg Bobus is watching them for us.
That we are. This is not here yet. The morning completely dry. The afternoon 80 degrees and some sunshine on and off. It's going to be great for the daylight hours. Incoming showers and storms move in overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. And yeah, Justin nailed it. 24 hours from right now, there will be showers and thunderstorms on the radar that we're actively tracking to start your Friday. So we're giving you the 24-hour heads up to the incoming, not just storms, but also cooler air. We have slid the arrow over for just tonight into tomorrow morning. I would say by tomorrow mid to late afternoon, the majority of our rain is completely out of here, but temperatures begin to fall after that. So what do we know? The big three things to know about this event: it will be overnight, midnight to about 7 o'clock in the morning for tomorrow. Heavy rain is possible with about an inch or two of rain likely. We've known this part the whole week. We've known the timing the entire week, but now the potential for stronger weather has gone up a little bit. Damaging wind gusts being our main threat. Hail, can't rule it out. And whenever you have a line that moves in, especially overnight, we can never put the tornado threat at a complete zero. Have ways to get alerts. You'll be very happy that you did. In the meantime, you'll also be happy this afternoon. Lunchtime for us, 71 degrees at 11, 74 degrees at noon, and 77 at 1 p.m. Last warm day we're going to have for quite some time, though. We'll call it an 80-degree afternoon high. Very nice. That code red day for tomorrow. 70 degrees and then 60s for the weekend. We're going to use Future Track and hone in on this hour by hour coming up in a few minutes. Right now, we'll get you on the road.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get a good look here at I-40 at Donaldson Pike. We do have something going on up there on the shoulder of the road closer to the barrier. Emergency lights on the scene there, causing just a bit of a brake check there. People just slowing down just for a little bit. I believe this is the aftermath of some overnight construction, even though I may be wrong here. So we'll check this out and get the latest details to you coming up here in about 5 minutes. This is the only thing we've got going on out there on the road so far, though. And again, we'll keep you up to date with whatever this is happening here over the next few minutes. Well, we are also following news from overnight as the Metro Nashville Police Department is confirming that there are shootings that are under investigations, at least 2 of them. The first one happened on Harkwood Lane around 7 o'clock last night. The second is in the 2000th block of Antioch Pike that happened around 10 o'clock. Now, details on both of these are very limited right now. We will continue to give you updates as soon as we learn more. We also have an update this morning as we are seeing more new video of that missing college student, Riley Strand, before he disappeared in downtown Nashville last Friday. The latest footage is coming from the escape room surveillance camera that's on 3rd Avenue. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar joins us live this morning from 3rd Avenue there with the latest information on this.
Good morning, Justin. Well, the latest information we have is that the TABC opened an investigation after 22-year-old Riley Strand went missing on Friday. What we know is he was kicked out of Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway and has been missing ever since. We also have new video, as you mentioned, behind me from the escape room here near 3rd Street. Of him walking. Take a look at your screen. You can see Riley walking in the window slowly. He's circled right there. It was a part of his path. Also heading down Church Street across the downtown vape and smoke shop. Another video shows Riley stumbling up 1st Avenue towards Gay Street near the river, holding his head. His phone last pinged near Public Square Park a little before 10, according to his family. They tell Fox 17 News detectives have more video showing Riley near the James Robertson Parkway Bridge, but then that's it. There's been no trace of Riley after that. And now we're also hearing from Riley's own father.
He was put out of the bar by himself, and there was a time that went by that his friend wasn't able to get out. we believe they were taking care of their bar tab or whatnot. By the time they got outside, he just wasn't there any longer.
Coming up at 4:30, hear what the TABC has to say in response to his disappearance and allegations of him being overserved. Reporting live in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
So we want to know, what do you think about this? Do you worry about your own safety on Lower Broadway? We have asked a number of you, and right now it seems like 43% of you say yes, you do. Another 24% of you say no, you don't. And then another 33% of you say you simply do not go down there to Lower Broadway. If you want to vote for yourself, you can scan the QR code right there on your screen. You can also join us on our X page, twitter.com. You can find our handle at Fox Nashville. News from the political world this morning, as state lawmakers are considering a bill that would require district attorneys to track exactly how much they spend prosecuting and securing migrants who are in the United States illegally. Now, the sponsor of the bill is interested in the costs associated with prosecution and housing people in county jails and state prisons. That information could be used if the state attorney general decides to sue the federal government over the impact of border policy. Now, this bill was approved in the House committee yesterday, but may be challenged moving forward. The proposal could cost the state of Tennessee $2.7 million a year. Well, coming up, over a year after a man was shot and killed in Madison, we're going to tell you why Metro Police have now charged this woman here in the death. We're going to tell you why officers are still on the lookout for other suspects. Investigators are focused on a series.
Confident.
With 27 competitors.
This is the biggest tournament of champions ever.
Weeknights at 5 on Fox 17.
4:09 the time, and we are in a code red weather alert. You're going to wake up, you're going to go, whoa, I didn't think Thursday was going to be a tough day. And you're right. This is a 24-hour heads up to what is going to happen overnight, tonight, into tomorrow morning. This time tomorrow, we will have active showers and storms. Right now, there's nothing on the radar. Here's how it works. Storms after 12 o'clock going into tomorrow. Hail, wind, and rain. Guarantees for the last two. Wind and rain going to be there for us. Could be damaging, could get to severe levels. Now, whenever I put down the words possible tornado, you have to explain exactly what that means. A line is going to move in, and it's going to give us the chance we could see a little spin up here or there. It is as close to zero as you can get, but we can't say that it is at zero. So have ways to get alerts. This will truly be an overnight event. You can see right here, timeline puts it after midnight all the way through the morning hours. That means your morning drive tomorrow is going to be on the rainy side. Most of our thunderstorm activity in the Nashville area is out of here by the morning drive, and most of it pushes toward the Cumberland Plateau by then. Future Track is getting a re-rack, a new look at everything for us. I'm going to go through today and tell you why it's going to be a nice one. Taking a look here, just a few clouds, a few green specks, kind of like yesterday, when there might be a passing shower in a spot or two, but all the way through 5 o'clock, not much to worry about. Temperature up near 80 degrees later on this afternoon. Right side of your screen, many of us still sitting near 60 degrees.
Steer clear traffic for you, everybody. Here is a good look at what they are dealing with out there. Let's get started here at I-40 at Briley Parkway. It was not construction we were checking out earlier. It's a crash. It's happening here at I-40 at Briley there as you make your drive in near the airport. They've got to shut down to just looks like one lane that you can use right now, but traffic is cutting through. A tow truck is already there to try to take care of the remains of that crash, so we'll try to get more details here. It looks like there could be at least one person hurt with this, as we've seen the ambulance there on the scene for a little bit. Fire truck also keeping watch there. Again, this is I-40 as you make that drive into town from the east side. We'll continue to watch things for you. Steer clear traffic live through 9. An update this morning as police say that a woman has now been arrested in a deadly road rage shooting that took place last January. Now, Metro Police say that Timothy Fetter was shot to death across from his family's auto shop on Old Hickory Boulevard in Madison. Now detectives say 27-year-old Stephanie Hernandez from Gallatin is the one being charged with second-degree murder. She's being held without bond. Police say they expect to arrest at least one more person in this case. We'll continue to keep you up to date. Let's take you to Operation Crime and Justice as a string of car thefts from car dealerships in both Tennessee and Alabama has investigators looking into possible connections right here in the Nashville area. Now, in Mobile, Alabama, police say the suspect stole cars directly from the showroom floor of a garage. Investigators found one of the cars ditched near Birmingham. Police down in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, believe the same group of people broke into a dealership just north of the state line. Police say they've had calls about one of the cars spotted in the Nashville area, that red Corvette right there. They say they are following up on all of those leads. Now, OnStar managed to track one of the vehicles for a little while, but police believe the thieves managed to disable the tracking system. The investigation is now ongoing. Well, coming up, the European Union settles in on some rules to restrict what artificial intelligence can do. We're going to tell you what these rules could mean for future laws around the world. And the SEC men's basketball tournament in
Farmhouse and Outbuildings, development potential, 849 Baxter Road in Murfreesboro. Bid live or online Saturday, March 16th at 12 o'clock noon.
Let's go sell something. ComasMontgomery.com.
4:15 is the time. Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. We are in a code red weather alert because of storms moving their way here to the mid-state coming up here tomorrow morning. This time tomorrow, there could be quite a bit of rain. For everybody under the sound of my voice, Greg Bobus will have the details on that coming up here in the next few minutes. Authorities say a non-binary high school student from Oklahoma whose death sparked nationwide outrage over anti-LGBTQ bullying has since died by suicide. Now, the state's medical examiner's office released a partial report yesterday saying that Nex Benedict died from an overdose caused by combining medications. The 16-year-old died back in early February, a day after they were attacked by other students in a school bathroom. The Department of Education is launching a civil rights investigation into whether or not the school district failed to respond to the harassment. The European Union approved a first-of-its-kind law regulating the use of artificial intelligence. Now, we're talking about deep fake images, video, and audio will have to be labeled as AI generated. And the rules ban certain uses like emotion recognition systems in places like schools and workplaces. Now, the law also requires risk assessment for all AI systems labeled high risk, such as healthcare and banking. The rules will kick in gradually over the next several years and could set the standard for other countries looking to regulate AI. What's happening today? It's the second day of the SEC men's basketball tournament, making a packed schedule for things over at Bridgestone Arena. Fox 17 News photojournalist Kevin Mumphrey is live there outside of 501 Broadway, giving us a look at the outside of the building, and we're going to tell you about the action happening inside. The 13-seed Vanderbilt Commodores fell to Arkansas yesterday in a painful loss in overtime. Georgia beat Missouri to make their way for the next round of the tournament, which begins later today. We've got 4 games on the agenda there in downtown. Let's tell you about a couple of them right here. LSU will be taking on Mississippi State. They get started today at 1 o'clock. After that, it will be South Carolina, who will be taking on Arkansas. Arkansas, of course, is the team that just beat Vanderbilt overnight. Then another doubleheader starting at 7 p.m. Texas A&M will be taking on Ole Miss. After that, Florida and Georgia will be taking the court. 4:18 now is the time. Let's get to Greg Bobus. He's going to tell us why indoors may be the place to be over the next 24 hours or so.
That it will be. I'll tell you, daylight hours, no problems at all. It's after sunset and then going into tomorrow morning when all the action is going to move in. That means it's almost a true overnight event, which we don't like to have. So this is why we're giving you the heads up right now of what is happening. And a look at future track just for today, just to kind of give you the idea. I push the button here, it's going, and it's picking up nothing, which we like. A lot of wind out of the south, but nothing during our daylight daylight hours. It truly is going to be more of an afternoon and evening event. What we talked about moments ago is that wind and hail are the two things we have to watch out for most. So let's take future track past today and get to when the rain really does move in. Just a couple of clouds later on this afternoon. That's going to be it. Tries to give us a pop-up shower. Not concerned about that. It's after midnight when most of our activity begins from northwest going to the southeast, and this will track in fairly quickly. This is 2 a.m. 2 o'clock goes to 4 a.m. So about 24 hours from right now, showers and storms tracking right through the Nashville area, and then lingering rain continues through 6 o'clock and even through as late as 8 or 9 o'clock, still tracking some showers. So quick mover, not going to give us a lot when it comes to rainfall, an inch or two in a few pockets, but that's nothing we can't handle. It really is going to be the wind that we have to watch out for most carefully. And then the winds of change move in, colder temperatures for the weekend. 80 degrees today, 70 tomorrow, 66 on Saturday, only near 50 on Monday.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get you to the very latest happening out there on I-40 at Bradley Parkway. They still have that tow truck in place about to tow away the leftovers of that crash on I-40 there near the airport. Looks like everybody who needs medical treatment has received it. The fire trucks have left, and now they're just waiting for that tow truck to finally pull off from the scene. So this will be completely clear, making that drive in near the airport. Other than that, we're good to go with your traffic out there. We'll continue to follow things for you, let you know anything that does develop. The United States is working to get an overseas aid corridor set up in Gaza. They want to get it up and running. The United Nations, in the meantime, is warning that the area is on the brink of famine. Now, the Secretary of State, Anthony Blinken, says the United States is working with several nations, including Israel, Greece, and Germany, to set up an overseas route and a temporary port. They also say it was going to take some time before that corridor can actually be used. But once it is up and running, ships are expected to provide as many as 2 million meals a day to the people of Gaza.
There's movement, and it's positive, but it remains insufficient. Israel still needs to open as many access points as possible and keep them open to make sure that things are flowing in a sustainable way.
Now, this comes as Israeli leaders face growing international pressure to open more aid routes. Just yesterday, Israel allowed a convoy of 6 UN aid trucks to enter northern Gaza for the first time in about 3 weeks. Well, coming up, we told you about it a few minutes ago, but Vanderbilt, their season came to an end last night in heartbreaking fashion. We're going to show you the game against Arkansas and how Vanderbilt came up short in overtime. And then
Mucinex Insta-Sue sore throat medicated drops, uniquely formulated for rapid relief that lasts and lasts.
That's my baby!
Get Mucinex Insta-Sue. It's comeback season.
Good morning, 423 is your time, and we are in a code red weather alert, but not for today. Go about your business as you typically would for the morning. No rain, no visibility problems, and no winter coats. Look at your current temperatures. Many areas showing off this morning, still in the 60s. We're at 64 right now in Clarksville, 62 in Dickson, 59 degrees in Nashville, and 61 in Columbia and Lewisburg. These temperatures will slide a few degrees as they typically do this time of the year, this early in the morning, but still very warm. And many students are on spring break right now, but for those of us who are still going to be getting up here, getting the kids ready, getting the backpacks good to go, getting the lunches packed. First bell, 58 degrees. Like I mentioned, we're not going with winter clothes today. We're going with summer clothes. Look at the afternoon. After school forecast puts us at 80 degrees and just partly cloudy. No rain to worry about during the afternoon. There will be 1 or 2 little pop-up showers, but we're code red for what happens going into tonight and then tomorrow morning. Definitely waking up to rain on the radar for your morning drive and for the kids getting to school on a Friday morning.
Still clear traffic out there, everyone. Let's get to I-40 at Briley Parkway. As you make that drive out and about there near the airport, you can see authorities still have some more work to do here. We just showed you where they had a car in the back of a tow truck a short time ago and were pulling that car away. Well, it turns out that this particular accident had multiple cars involved. So they're still waiting on more tow truck help to come remove the rest of the vehicles from that scene on I-40 at Briley Parkway. At one point, they had just one lane open and the rest of them shut down. Clearly now they've reopened the rest of the interstate, so you're good to get by. We're going to give you more details about this as the morning goes on. Just know crews are going to be out there doing a little bit more work for the next little bit. Nashville's hometown team, the Vanderbilt Commodores, faced off against the Arkansas Razorbacks in the SEC tournament yesterday. It was a hard-fought game that came down to the wire. As a matter of fact, it went to overtime. Take a look, everyone. Looks like about 12-7 in overtime to take the victory. Final score, 90-80.
At the end of the day, the results aren't there. So again, we'll sit down and we'll make that. Make those decisions and see where we go from here. Thankful for this one. If I'm here and able to continue on with it, I'm going to give it 100%. If not, I'm going to be thankful for every moment that I've been here and use all of the experiences that I've had, all the great people that I've worked with to try to help me in whatever situation I am going forward.
Now, why would Jerry Stackhouse be talking like that? Well, because Vanderbilt was 9-20. In the meantime, Arkansas will move on. They'll play South Carolina this afternoon. A loss for Nashville SC down in Miami means that the boys in gold can say goodbye to the championship cup. They are out of the race after a 3-1 loss in the round of 16 to Inter Miami. Next up, the Nashville SC will be returning back to Nashville to play this weekend against Charlotte. And very quickly, the Nashville Predators, they were able to tally another win, 4-2 final score against the Winnipeg Jets. 4 goals stacked up with no answer from the Jets until the third period, and by then it was just too late for a comeback. One of those goals marked the very first points for Jason Zucker, who was just traded from the Arizona Coyotes less than a week ago. The Preds will be taking on the Kraken late Saturday night in Seattle. That game is set to start at 9 p.m. Well, coming up, the search for Sebastian Rogers continues, and the TBI is asking Tennesseans to...
Try Dulcolax Chewy Fruit Bites for fast and gentle constipation relief in as little as 30 minutes. Making your good morning even better with Dulcolax.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
We're in a code red weather alert. Nothing happening right now, but overnight tonight into tomorrow, the weather maker we've been tracking all week finally arrives, and it looks a little bit stronger than it did even a few days ago. The timeline and the threats we face in your code red forecast.
Also now on Fox 17 News this morning, the new video in the search for Riley Strand, the missing college student. We're going to tell you what we know about his movements before he disappeared. And a bill that would keep the state from requiring parents to take in foster children if their beliefs conflict. We're going to tell you what this could mean for kids and families. Thank you so much for joining us here on Fox 17 News this morning. I'm Justin McFarland. It is a Thursday morning just after 4:30. Thank you for joining us here. Let's get to Greg Bovis. We've gone code red here in our studios, and there's a reason why. He's going to update you on the forecast.
Yeah, let's just get right into why we are code red, and then we'll look at all the good stuff that happens before the storms arrive. Heavy rainfall overnight tonight. Look at the timing. The timing is everything. Right now, through sunset, not a care in the world. We're up near 80 degrees. But between midnight and 7 a.m., 1 to 2 inches of rain. Main threat's going to be damaging wind. Now, will all of it be severe in terms of how gusty it will be? No, but we're all going to see at least about 35 to 45 mile per hour wind gusts that move through. Tornado and hail threat is very low, but it's not at zero, and all of this going to happen while many of us are asleep. Keep that in mind. So breaking down the timing based upon where you live. Our northwestern counties, so portions of southern Kentucky and then out toward the Tennessee River. We're going to see this move in between midnight and then out of your area by 4 a.m. It moves into the heart of Middle Tennessee right around 2 o'clock in the morning, begins to exit by 6 o'clock. Begins to move into the Cumberland Plateau at 3 o'clock, and then moves out by around 7 a.m. That's just the thunderstorm potential. There will be some rain behind it that lingers past these time frames, but when we have the chance for severe weather, those are the times we're looking at. After the rain is done, which it will be by the end of tomorrow, then we're pretty good to go for the weekend, just a little bit cooler. 80 degrees today, 70 degrees tomorrow, and then the 60s for Saturday and Sunday. Even cooler but calm, right near 50 on Monday.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's take a good look at what we're dealing with out there on the roads. Let's get started on I-40 at Briley Parkway there. As you make your way out and about, you can see it there for yourself. Metro Police on the scene with the leftovers of a crash on Briley there close to the airport. You can get by. It is not holding you up in a big way. Just know that there's lots of police activity in this area, and there has been for the last few moments there. There was a major crash in this area involving several cars a little bit earlier. Several lanes were closed, but most lanes have reopened. We'll continue to keep you up to date with things happening on the roads. Steer clear traffic live through 9. An update this morning as we are seeing new footage of missing college student Riley Strand, who disappeared from downtown Nashville late Friday night. Now, this video is from the escape room on 3rd Avenue. The new video comes in as the Tennessee Alcohol Beverage Commission is investigating whether or not Strand was overserved that night. Let's get out to Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar, who joins us live to explain.
Good morning, Justin. The TABC, as you mentioned, has opened an investigation after his family alleges he's been overserved. And the new video shows Riley walking down this street, 3rd Avenue here in downtown, past the escape room on my right. And you can see him past the clear glass door. Take a look at your screen. That's him we have circled. He's walking slowly and looking inside. What we know so far is that he was kicked out of Luke Bryan's bar on Friday for being too drunk, intended to go to his Tempo hotel, and appeared to go the wrong way, making stops at the escape room, the downtown smoke and vape shop where he fell. And also, there's another video showing him going down 1st Avenue towards Gay Street near the river. His last location on his phone says he was near Public Square Park, according to his family. He hasn't been seen since. Now, again, his family is claiming he has been overserved, so the TABC responded in part, quote, "State law prohibits serving alcoholic beverages to someone who is visibly intoxicated. A violation is a Class A misdemeanor." Coming up at 5, you'll hear from Riley's father. Reporting live in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
4:35 is the time. More than 2 weeks later, the search for Sebastian Rogers continues as the TBI is posting on social media yesterday that even though there are no new leads, they're still sending out photos yet again to remind everyone that they are looking for this 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers, who does have autism. He disappeared back on February the 26th out of his home on Shackle Island in Sumner County. In some sports news this morning, wide receiver Calvin Ridley has signed a new multi-year deal with the Tennessee Titans. He's leaving the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he is giving the Titans' young quarterback Will Levis another new playmaking target, they hope, to go along with the 3-time All-Pro DeAndre Hopkins. Now, the deal for Ridley is a 4-year deal worth $92 million, $50 million guaranteed. The Titans also made news signing a brand new quarterback and even bringing back a kicker. We're going to explain all of this coming up here in our 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock hours. A bill that would prevent the state from requiring foster parents to take in children whose sexual orientation or gender identity conflicts with a family's religious beliefs is now moving forward. The sponsor says that the bill offers protection for LGBTQ children as well as for families. Now, the idea is to ask questions on the front end to avoid problems that result in a child having to be removed from a foster home because it's a bad fit.
Why are we giving the option for parents to want to adopt who are not going to welcome any and every child?
We're just trying to think of the best interest of the child and make sure that it's not placed in a home where it will not be accepted.
Now, experts say that bad placement increases runaways, suicide attempts, and complaints against foster families. Well, coming up, the United Kingdom wants to put online personality Andrew Tate on trial. We're going to tell you the charges against him, both there as well as in Romania. And the government is looking into
27 competitors.
This is the biggest tournament of champions ever.
Weeknights at 5 on Fox 17.
.39, taking a look at why we are in a code red weather alert. If you're just waking up right now, right side of your screen, it's near 60 degrees for many of us, and we have sunshine for the daylight hours. Rain chances now looking to be well after sunset overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. We've been honing in on this time frame for the last couple of days, and now it holds true. But now we could have a couple of stronger storms overnight, so we're going to go code red for that reason. The intensity of the storms moving in. Future track for us today will confirm that just a couple of clouds creep in throughout the morning and early afternoon. Maybe a pop-up shower, but I'm not so worried about rain until after sunset. This is future track through 5 o'clock. Not much happening, but looking right here just behind me, midnight. Midnight going into 2 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then 6 o'clock in the morning. Very quick mover. Within about 7 hours, it moves in and out of the entire area through Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky. A couple of lingering showers on the backside of it. So that's the timing. Now let's talk, what are we dealing with? 1 to 2 inches of rain. Wind gusts could be on the stronger side, and small size hail are our main threats overnight tonight.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get a look here at I-40 at Briley Parkway. This is where crews continue to work on trying to get the leftovers of an earlier crash out of the way. Looks like they're mostly done, but I thought they were done a few moments ago. Then they moved the camera and revealed more. So it looks like they had quite a few cars involved in this crash. This is out near the airport. You can get by. The exit for the airport is open. We'll continue to follow things here for you this morning. A Romanian court granted a request by British authorities to try and extradite the internet personality Andrew Tate. Now, Tate and his brother were detained in Romania on arrest warrants stemming from allegations of sexual aggression in the United Kingdom in a case that goes back to 2012 through 2015. The court ruled that they can be extradited after their trial in Romania. They are being charged with rape, human trafficking, and forming a criminal gang to sexually exploit women. A date has not yet been set. The brothers maintain their innocence in both cases. The United States Department of Health and Human Services is investigating the United Health Group after a Nashville-based Change Healthcare was hit by a cyber attack. Now, the Office for Civil Rights will be in charge because it's responsible for enforcing patient private policy laws. Now, the investigation will be focusing on whether or not a breach of health information happened and Change Healthcare's compliance with HIPAA laws protecting that information. Last week, United Health says it expects to restore all networks by mid-March. Well, next on Fox 17 News this morning, the push to save Monell's at the Manor continues on. We're going to tell you how Metro lawmakers are trying to step in to help.
With Wags and Walks to donate a portion of our sales to animals in need. When you choose us for your electrical repairs and installations, you're investing in your home and Nashville's community.
Full 44 is the time. Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. Live look there over Metro Center. Calm skies, at least for now. The question is, what are things going to be looking like 24 hours from now? That's why we've gone code red. The rain is on the way. Greg Bobas will give us the details coming up here in the next few minutes. Some Metro Council members have come together for a very special dinner at Monell's at the Manor. The restaurant is fighting to stay open at their airport property location on Murfreesboro Road. But the airport has already said they will not be renewing the restaurant's lease and they will have to move out very soon. Metro Council members like Russ Bradford is trying to find a compromise.
Just an additional year that gives Mr. King and Monell's time to see if there's a way to move the building and save the building. that's just it. Like, give us another year so we can do that, and the airport's not budging.
Wow, okay, moving the building. That's the first time I've heard that. Metro Council passed a non-binding resolution asking the airport board to preserve the historic home and allow the restaurant to stay. The airport has said that the land is needed for expansion plans that they have. Well, there is now pressure that is mounting on House Republicans to pass a national security bill that includes funding for the war efforts in Ukraine. Now, this comes as the Russian President Vladimir Putin is warning that Moscow is ready to use nuclear weapons if its independence is threatened. It also comes as Europe's top diplomats say they met with the Secretary of State Anthony Blinken in Washington, saying that the situation in Ukraine is one of their biggest security concerns right now. The Pentagon recently announced a brand new $300 million emergency aid package for Ukraine, but some House Democrats say that's simply not enough.
I think the clock is ticking, and we have to get the bipartisan national security bill over the finish line. It's reckless to do otherwise.
House Democrats have launched an effort to force a vote on Ukraine funding before Congress breaks for the Easter recess that's coming up next week. The CMT Awards has announced brand new music award nominees. Now, this year's nominees include Kelsea Ballerini, who has also served as host for this event. Alongside her, artists like Jelly Roll, Reba, Dan and Shay, and Casey Musgraves have also been nominated. The CMT Awards moved to Austin, Texas last year. Come on, y'all. After decades right here in Nashville, I mean, we got the CMT building downtown, right? I mean, why moving to Austin? The awards are given out based on fan votes. I feel some kind of way about that, but I understand. If you have seen your car insurance rates going up as of late, you are not alone. Now, whether or not they are going up just a little or a lot, the current study we're looking at says they have an average of around 21% of a rate increase. That's the highest jump we've seen since 1976. It's so severe that car insurance premiums alone made up half of a percentage point to the overall 3.2 inflation rate that happened over the last month. So why is this happening? Well, one thing is the cost to repair a car is up 6.7% for the year. And the number of traffic deaths in the United States is also rising alongside riskier driving behavior like speeding and texting behind the wheel. Spending behind the wheel is something different, but speeding is what's dangerous. Have you ever seen a turtle enjoy the signs of spring? Well, if you haven't, you're about to. Take a look, everyone. This is 101-year-old Aldabra, I think is how we're saying it, Aldabra. It's a tortoise at a zoo in Boise, Idaho. Mr. Mac crunching through the Mr. Mac, I think is what they're calling him, crunching through the pile of leaves there and having a good time. He joined the zoo back in 2018 at the spry age of 95. This kind of tortoise can grow to a bit over 4 feet and weigh as much as 500 pounds. Okay? So glad he's enjoying the early signs of spring out there in Boise, Idaho. Let's get to Greg this morning.
Taking a look here. Justin, this is one of those days where the red lights are on and we might go, oh no, are we waking up to some trouble? We're not. This is for tonight into tomorrow. This is your 24-hour heads up, like we always do. We always try to give you that lead time so you know what's coming way before it even gets here. So what is new this morning? Well, the thunderstorms are not new, but the severity in which they could get to has gone up a little bit. That has prompted us to turn on all the red lights and go code red. Heavy rainfall, hail, and wind are the 3 things we're going to watch out for most carefully. Tornado threat is not at 0, but it's really close. A lot of the things you need to end up even getting a little spin up aren't going to be there in the atmosphere. So that's at least the one silver lining of this. But wind and hail can still go a long way overnight. 59 degrees. That's your current temperature in Nashville. We are warm. 60 in Dickson, 58 in Murfreesboro, 61 in Columbia. All these temperatures are going to drop maybe a degree or two more, but they're going to climb considerably. Get some lunch outside if you can. This is the last warm day we've got for a very good chunk of time here. I don't see us up near 80 degrees again for the next 7 to 10 days. 71 degrees will be your temperature at 11, so lunchtime will be prime to get out there and enjoy some very nice weather. 74 at noon, 77 degrees at 1 p.m. As far as the timeline goes with that rain overnight, midnight through 7 a.m. are the hours that we're watching. That means at the same time tomorrow, you'll wake up and I'll be tracking actively on the radar for you the entire morning. 80 degrees today goes to all the way down to 51 for the high temperature by Monday.
Stay clear traffic out there for you this morning at 4:51. Quick look here at I-40 at Bradley Parkway. This is in the Donaldson area. This is where we had a nasty crash a little bit ago that was clogging up multiple lanes. Looks like they have cleared up that entire accident, so no more emergency crews, no more flashing lights out there this morning. You're doing much better coming in from the Donaldson area near B&A. We'll continue to keep you up to date with anything else going on. Steer clear traffic. We got you covered live through 9. A Texas man who lived most of his life with an iron lung chamber has now died at the age of 78. Paul Alexander passed away at a hospital in Dallas on Monday. He began using the iron lung at the age of 6 after contracting polio, which left him paralyzed from the neck down. Later in life, he was able to spin stretches outside the cylinder, though he still needed it to sleep. Now, he amassed quite a social media following with millions of people who checked in on his TikTok account. It was named Conversations with Paul. Well, coming up, you can celebrate Easter at one Tennessee State Park this month. We're going to tell you which park is taking part and exactly what they are offering. And now is your chance to go to the moon or...
You sleep, so you wake refreshed for a more productive day. Get 24-hour continuous relief that does not fade. Be wise all, take Zysol at night.
.55, we're in a code red weather alert for an impending storm system that moves in overnight tonight into tomorrow. In the meantime, what do we get into for today itself? The daylight hours are looking good. Almost a hint of summer up near 80 degrees later on today. Right side of your screen, current temperatures are in the 50s to right near 60 degrees. Our sunrise will be right around 7 o'clock this morning. Sunset will be at 6:54. Good between now and then. Fox 17 Code Red Weather app. I stress this every morning. I'm really stressing it today because all of the storm activity that we get is going to be after midnight. That means that most of us will be asleep. You have to have a way to get alerted and make sure that you get the Code Red Weather app and you turn on your alerts for your local area. So location services turned on. That'll allow you to get an alert if there are any severe warnings that are issued for just your county. You can also get your hour-by-hour forecast. And that's going to be very helpful here, especially for the weekend, because this weekend we are much cooler. Cool air takes over after our 80-degree high today, 66 on Saturday, 63 on Sunday, and then the bottom drops out. We'll see temperatures that start to fall back into the 30s for overnight lows early next week.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning at 4:56. Quick look at I-24. This is at Haywood Lane, making that drive in from the Antioch area. We're doing really nice out there so far, that drive coming in from the Antioch, Smyrna, Laverne corridor. Looking pretty good so far. Things will crowd up later in the morning. Keep in mind, spring break does continue for many parts of the mid-state, so that's a lot less traffic that is out there on the roads. So we'll continue to watch things for you, let you know how they progress. Coming up with Steer Clear Traffic live and local through 9. 7 Tennessee state parks are now offering Easter Sunday meals and events this month, including some right here in the mid-state. Now, activities include dyeing some of those Easter eggs as well as Easter egg hunts. The parks are planning meals on Easter Sunday, and they include places like Montgomery Bell State Park, Cumberland Mountain State Park, and Natchez Trace State Park. All meals will be taking place on March 31st. You can find much more information about this on the website. Just search Easter Sunday Meals. It's on the website, fox17.com. Well, NASA is now offering an out-of-this-world opportunity to have part of you go to the moon on an upcoming mission. Now, what we're talking about is just your names. You don't have to go through a lot of training for this. The space agency will let people send their names to the moon aboard NASA's first robotic moon rover. They're calling it Viper. Once all the names are collected, an electronic beam will etch them into a microchip that will be attached to the rover. Now, this is free. The deadline to submit your name for this mission is coming up tomorrow morning. So if you want to be part of this particular mission, you can go to nasa.gov/send your name with Viper. Well, today is National Pie Day, and I don't mean like apple pie, I mean P.I., Pie Day. Some fast food chains are celebrating by offering different kinds of meals, though, on the PIE type of pie. Pizza Hut wants fans to join in on National Pie Day with a lot of fun. Customers who buy a large pizza can use a code to get a free pizza to claim your buy one, get one free deal. Taco Bell's offering one of their Mexican pizzas for $3.14. If it's $3.14, how much is it normally then? If it's $3.14, is it like $5 or something ridiculous? Okay. Burger King is also handing out free Hershey Sundae pies to reward members who spend $3.14. So in other words, you got to spend $3.14 to get the free pie, but you get other stuff too. Smoothie King is also offering reward members an apple pie smoothie for $3.14. There's also pizza places, I understand, besides Pizza Hut, who are also doing their own deals as well.
Promotional consideration for this program provided by Ponce Law.
Well, if you know someone who is doing great things in your community, Fox 17 wants to share their story. Now, Ponce Law and Fox 17 have teamed up to find and award local hometown heroes $1,000. This could be a veteran, a teacher, a coach, first pastor, anybody you know doing great things in your community. What you can do is nominate that person by going to the website poncelaw.com/hometown hero. Each month, we will feature one of those heroes right here on Fox 17 News.
Promotional consideration for this program provided by Ponce Law.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
We are waking up at a Code Red weather alert, not for weather today, but overnight tonight into tomorrow. The whole game changes when it comes to temperature, and the possibility of severe weather cannot be ruled out.
Coming up in a few minutes, we have the latest information on the missing University of Missouri student. Plus, watch new video from the game room.
Thank you so much for waking up with us here on a Thursday morning. For Fox 17 News, I'm Erica Glover. Jennifer Waddell has the morning off. You can see the red lights are on. We are in a Code Red weather alert, but not for today. So, Greg, we do want to track the timeline of this and just make sure people are in the know.
That's the whole name of the game here, that 18-hour, 24-hour heads up before anything gets rough for us. Daylight hours looking great. We have no problems here when it comes to sunrise straight through sunset, up near 80 later on today. Incoming showers and storms, there are no guarantees that we get severe weather, and any chance to see a stronger storm or two, mainly going to be west of I-65. However, the severe potential has gone up just enough to where this is just the heads-up game that we are playing. This has not changed. 1 to 2 inches of rain. Now, we've been calling for that all week. Damaging wind, though. Wind gusts could get a little bit stronger than this system looked a few days ago, so that's why we're in Code Red. Tornado and hail threats are very low. They're not at zero, but they're about as close as you can get. Really a wind maker as this comes in. Timing it when it moves into your area and when it moves out. Our northwesternmost counties, it starts moving in around midnight, out of there by 4 a.m. Starts to move into the Nashville area and the heart of Middle Tennessee. That's going to happen right around 2 o'clock in the morning. And then mainly, as far as the storm threat goes, out of here by 6 a.m., Cumberland Plateau area, 3 a.m. it starts, 7 a.m. it ends. So quick mover. On the backside of that initial push of storms that we see, that line that's going to track through, we will see a few isolated rain showers throughout the rest of the morning. Things die down for the afternoon, and then the temperatures begin to plummet. 80 today, 70 degrees tomorrow, 66 on Saturday, 63 on Sunday, 50s on Monday and Tuesday.
Oh, Greg, thank you so much. See you in the 50s. Really? All right.
Not comforting.
Let's check in now with your Steer Clear traffic update to get you out the door safely and save you some time. Here is a live look for you. I-65 at the I-24 junction north of downtown. And you can see on your screen, we're not seeing any kind of slowdowns here. This area looking very, very good. Of course, we're keeping a very close eye on all of the traffic maps, and we'll be sure to help you out there. But again, I-65, I-24 junction north of downtown, we are giving you the green light. Fox 17 News this morning also following breaking news from overnight as Metro Dispatch confirms 2 shootings. We're mapping it out for you and want to let you know that police say the first shooting happened on Hawkwood Lane. That is north of Nashville, think near Briley Parkway. It happened around 7 o'clock last night though. The second shooting then was in the 2000 block of Antioch Pike around 10 p.m. These are ongoing investigations, so right now the details are limited, but of course we'll be sure to share more updates as we work to learn more. To kick off this Thursday morning, we do want to bring you up to speed on a couple of stories you need to know. Think your major headlines here. The U.S. House passing a bill that could force TikTok Chinese owner to sell the popular app. This now goes to the Senate, where its chances for passage are still unclear. U.S. lawmakers say the owner, ByteDance, is controlled by the Chinese Communist Party and really poses a national security threat. President Biden, by the way, has said if Congress passes this measure, he is going to go ahead and sign it. A judge over in Georgia dismissed some of the election interference charges against former President Donald Trump. But the judge left most of the 41-count racketeering indictment intact. The judge throwing out the solicitation of violation of oath by a public officer charge, but said prosecutors could still rely on the conduct the charge was based on. We also have an update right now regarding ongoing search efforts across Middle Tennessee, specifically here in Nashville. Fox 17 News sharing new video right behind me of missing 22-year-old college student Riley Strain before his disappearance in downtown Nashville. So please take a look at this new video. It is from the escape room's surveillance cameras. They're located over on 3rd Avenue. That's where we're going to find Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar joining us live from 3rd Avenue with another update.
Good morning, Erica. Well, the latest update we have is that Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission has opened an investigation after 22-year-old Riley Strain was kicked out of Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway over the weekend for being too drunk. Riley's family says he was overserved, and the new video was taken behind me here at the Escape Game Room here on 3rd Avenue in Nashville. Take a look at your screen. That's part of the video surveillance that we obtained. The video shows that Riley was walking slowly, and you can see him pass the clear doors and the windows. He circled right there. It was a part of his path, also heading down Church Street across the downtown vape and smoke shop. The video shows Riley stumbling up 1st Avenue towards Gay Street near the river, holding his head. His phone last pinged near Public Square Park a little before 10, according to his family. They tell me detectives have more video showing Riley near the James Robertson Parkway Bridge. But then that's it. There's been no trace of Riley after that. Now we are hearing from Riley's own father.
He was put out of the bar by himself, and there was a time that went by that his friend wasn't able to get out. We believe they were taking care of their bar tab or whatnot. By the time they got outside, he just wasn't there any longer.
Riley's family says that crews are ready to search the river again as soon as investigators can give them a better idea of where to search along the water line. Reporting live in downtown, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Coming up, more than 1 year after a man was shot and killed in Madison, Metro Police charging this woman. But officers say they're still searching for more possible suspects. We'll tell you why that's the case.
5:09 when we're in a code red weather alert for storms that move in tonight into tomorrow. We've been talking about it the entire week, and now we're finally that 24 hours out from the rain that moves in and changes us out of this nice spring-like pattern back to some cooler times. What can you expect? Storms after midnight Hail, wind, and rain, the three things we're watching out for. Tornado threat is not at zero, but it is very, very close to it. Have ways to get alerts. The Fox 17 Code Red Weather app. If you have a weather radio, make sure it's turned on and the batteries are changed and you're good to go. This will be an overnight event. Here's where we look when it comes to our threat level. Well, we're all at a category 1 now. This has shifted in the last 24 hours. 24 hours ago, we had no severe weather outlook for tonight into tomorrow. So the timing has moved up a little bit and the threat has moved up a little bit when it comes to, again, mainly damaging wind. Future track today, though, not a whole lot happening this morning into the afternoon. Pop-up shower, can't rule 1 or 2 out, these little specks of green. Mainly going to just see clouds increase the second half of today and temperatures climbing up to near 80 degrees later on this afternoon. Right side of your screen, you're starting off in the 50s to near 60. Not a bad way to begin a day. Midnight, though, overnight tonight. Here's 2 a.m. tonight. 4 a.m. moving through the Nashville area and pushing toward the plateau by 6 o'clock. That means you're waking up with us tomorrow, and I'll be tracking this as it moves through Middle Tennessee.
80 degrees. Okay.
Right?
Wow. 5:10 is the time. Let's do another check of your steer clear traffic update real quick. Let's look in at I-65 Fern Avenue north of downtown, and we're not seeing any kind of troubles right now. Really good to say that. No disabled vehicles, no crashes, no brake checks. If you're heading out I-65 at Fern Avenue north of downtown, you are given the green light. We'll have more steer clear traffic updates though throughout 9 a.m. this Thursday. We also have an update this morning as police say the woman right behind me has been arrested for a deadly road rage shooting that happened last January. Well, Metro Police say Timothy Fetter was shot to death right across from his family's auto shop on Old Hickory Boulevard. Now detectives say 27-year-old Stephanie Hernandez, who we showed you a photo of from Gallatin, is charged with second-degree murder. She is in jail without bond, and police say they expect to arrest at least one more person for this particular case. In Operation Crime and Justice, a string of car thefts from dealerships in Tennessee and Alabama have investigators looking for possible connections right here in the Nashville area. So in Mobile, Alabama, going to show you this video. Look on your screen. Folks stole showroom cars right out of the garage. Oof. Police over in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, which is about an hour and a half away from Nashville, believe the same group then busted into a dealership in that area, Lawrenceburg. Now police say they've had calls about one of the cars being spotted in the Nashville area. Maybe you recognize the people or the cars. This investigation is also ongoing. Coming up, the European Union settled on rules to restrict what artificial intelligence can do. What these rules could mean for future laws across the country. And the SEC men's basketball tournament.
Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Welcome back. 5:14 is the time, and right now we're showing you a live look over on Lower Broadway, where it is going to be the second day of the SEC men's basketball tournament. But listen, we're also in a code red weather alert. Not for what you're going to see during the day, but think overnight into Friday morning. I just want to let people know, be on alert. We have a lot of visitors who are here for the tournament, so stick with us. Our code red meteorologist, Greg Boba, is going to have the full forecast and really help you to plan ahead. Just stay in the know. In national news, it is now up to a jury to decide whether or not to convict the father of the Oxford High School shooter over in Michigan. So we're getting some more updates, including how both sides rested their cases yesterday after about a week or so of testimony. James Crumbley, that's the name, faces 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter. Crumbley is accused of failing to secure the gun his son used and then not seeking mental health help for him. Crumbley decided, though, not to go ahead and testify. Last month, the jury found his wife guilty of the same charges. Ethan Crumbley, though, is now 17 years old. He pleaded guilty to 2 dozen counts, and was sentenced to life in prison without parole. The European Union approving a first-of-its-kind law regulating the use of AI, artificial intelligence. Well, those deepfake images, video, and audio is now going to have to be labeled as AI-generated. And the rule bans certain uses like emotion recognition systems in schools and workplaces. The law will also require risk assessments for AI systems labeled high risk. Think things like healthcare and banking. The rules are going to kick in gradually over the next couple of years, and they could really set a standard for other countries looking to regulate artificial intelligence. Well, we talked about this a minute ago. Happening today, it's going to be the second day of the SEC men's basketball tournament, making for a very packed schedule over at Bridgestone Arena. Listen, I was there yesterday walking around. I wanted to check it out for myself, and it's busy. We have so many visitors. Right now, Fox 17 News photojournalist Kevin Mumphrey giving us a live look, and it's early, so you're not going to see a lot of folks out there, but they have that fan experience set up, so that's what you're seeing right here. 13-seeded Vanderbilt falling to Arkansas yesterday. It was a painful overtime loss. And then Georgia beat Missouri to proceed throughout this tournament. Today, 4 games are on the agenda downtown, so let's take a look at who's playing. LSU plays Mississippi State. That's going to be at 1 o'clock today. And after that, my hometown team, South Carolina, taking on Arkansas. Then there's going to be another doubleheader at 7 o'clock. Texas A&M playing Ole Miss. After that, Florida and Georgia is going to take the court. And I know Vols fans are wondering, hey, what about my team? Y'all, that's happening tomorrow. And don't worry, we're going to have all the SEC tournament games covered right here on Fox 17. We do want to get to our Code Red weather alert because with all the visitors in town, we want them to be aware. I know y'all are waking up with us. Good morning, but just stay in the know.
Yeah, stay in the know. Thankfully, I mean, if you do have plans to go out this evening, tomorrow evening, you're going to be fine during those hours. It's overnight tonight and tomorrow morning when the real headache could settle in when it comes to weather. And that's not a good thing because any overnight event is a little more triggering. It's a little bit hard to tell what's going on. It's dark outside and it may wake you up. So here's what you can expect. Midnight to 7 o'clock in the morning. That's overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. 1 to 2 inches of rain. Very likely for us here. Damaging wind gusts, the threat that we're going to watch for most carefully. And most of this will be mainly to the west of I-65, but the threat is there for just about all of us. It's a low end, but it is there. And given the timing, we had to go code red. Taking a look, nothing happening. Downtown right now looking good. Another nice start to a morning with temperatures comfortably in the 50s to right near 60 degrees. The more west you get, the more degrees you have tacked on. So enjoy today. No winter coats again. You're going to need them next week, though. When this rain is done, we're going to be talking about winter coats, not trying to fire up the grill necessarily. But today, barbecue alert in effect for us once again. Take advantage of it while you can because the next few days, a little windier and a little more unsettled. But 79 at 5 o'clock, 78 at 6 and 75 degrees at 7 p.m. All of this time frame, increase in cloud cover, but no chances for any rain in the forecast at that point. I want to talk cooler times, though. Looking ahead, 80 today, perfect. 70 degrees tomorrow, not bad, but that rain does chip into a good chunk of the morning and early afternoon. Then we're cooler for the weekend. 66 on Saturday, 63 on Sunday. Temperatures barely hitting 50 on Monday and the middle 50s on Tuesday. Nighttime temps start to drop very quickly here, leading out of the weekend.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's take a good look at what we're dealing with out there on the roads. Let's get started on I-24 Haywood Lane. You make that drive into town. You can see it there for yourself. We're doing okay. No big problems in either directions there so far this morning. That is fantastic news. Making your way in and out of the Antioch, Smyrna, Laverne area there. Great start for you. Overall drive times also looking nice this morning. 25 minutes in from Mount Juliet, 48 in from Murfreesboro, 27 minutes in from Franklin. We're just getting started, though. We've got a lot more coming at you coming up in a few minutes.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken is voicing optimism that a Kenyan-led peacekeeping mission will help curb ongoing gang violence over in Haiti. Listen.
So my anticipation, it's a long answer to your question, is having done all of this work, we should be in a place where that mission can go forward. It can, we believe, help reestablish security, take back control of the country from the gangs.
But the plan depends on the success of a, quote, transitional council, which will be responsible for choosing interim leadership for Haiti. While the council has international support, it is facing pushback from political parties inside of Haiti. That pushback includes a new alliance made up of a former presidential candidate, a Haitian judge, and a former rebel leader. Those three that we're talking about are insisting on leading Haiti via a 3-person Presidential Council. A lot more updates when it comes to that international headline. But coming up closer to home, the Titans. They have signed a number of new players overnight as they...
With big discounts, low 1.9% financing for 5 years, and powertrain for life with your new Nissan here at North Nashville's Nissan of Rivergate in Madison.
5:23 is the time here on this Thursday morning. Okay, a lot of you waking up this morning, maybe checking your Twitter feed, social media feeds, wherever you are, maybe looking and saying, what in the world did the Tennessee Titans do while I stepped away yesterday? Well, they were busy. This is a list according to a website called Pro Football Focus. They take a look at a lot of the cap space available in the NFL. You may be able to see right here, the Tennessee Titans had the second most amount of money to spend for free agency, which began yesterday. $75 million is what they had to spend. And boy, have they been spending it. They made one of the biggest splashes in the NFL when they signed this man we're about to show you right here, Calvin Ridley, the 29-year-old wide receiver from the University of Alabama. Last year, he played with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and now he's going to be calling Tennessee home as he will be playing with the Titans. You can see what he did just last season alone with the Jaguars. 1,000 yards receiving, 8 touchdowns there for the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Titans' plan is to pair him up with DeAndre Hopkins. Of course, he was a huge standout star for the Titans last season. He also had 1,000 yards receiving, 7 touchdowns. Now, why are they doing this? They just got rid of Derrick Henry, even though they signed Tony Pollard. This is all part of the Titans' brand new aerial attack. How do I know it's going to be an aerial attack? Well, the head coach has said so. Listen to Brian Callahan. This is him speaking just last year before he became a head coach, talking about his philosophy.
The teams that win the most games are generally the teams that pass the ball the best. That's usually because they have really good quarterbacks, and usually because they have guys that can make plays on football outside. And so you're seeing the teams invest in that part of the game really across the board.
And that's exactly what the Titans have done, investing in players making plays on the outside. That's what wide receivers mainly do. Okay, so the Titans have also made moves at quarterback as well. It looks like they have found the new backup quarterback for Will Levis. Goodbye, Malik Willis, potentially. Welcome in Mason Rudolph, the young man coming over from the Pittsburgh Steelers. He has played a number of games with them. He had 719 yards passing, 3 touchdowns last year, no interceptions. Again, in a backup role for the Steelers. He has been mainly a backup his whole career, and now will be joining the Titans in that same role.
5:26, the red lights are on, and we're on a code red weather alert for tonight into tomorrow, so enjoy today for what it is before the rain arrives. 80 degrees, a hint of summer almost. Yesterday was warm, today even warmer. Been saying that all week long, been climbing, and now we reach the mountaintop because starting tomorrow, the temperatures slide right back down. Pop-up shower can't be ruled out, but don't plan on rain until after sunset. Speaking of sunset, 6:54 will be the official time for that. Taking a look, how do you stay alert overnight? Trying to sleep sound so we're not worried. Get the Fox 17 Code Red Weather app right there. You can scan the QR code or go to the App Store, turn on location notifications, and you will get alerts to your phone only if your specific county is put under a warning of any sort, whether that comes to tornado warnings or thunderstorm warnings. Now, as far as the weather goes into the weekend, we do turn cooler. We go from 80 today to 66 on Saturday and low 60s on Sunday. As far as the threats we face overnight tonight, midnight to 7 a.m. tomorrow, damaging wind, the thing we're watching out for most carefully.
Steer clear traffic for you on I-24 at Old Hickory Boulevard coming through the Antioch area. You can see that drive for yourself this morning. We're looking just fine making that drive in from Smyrna, Laverne, Antioch, all of that. Things will pack up on the road out there later this morning, but right this second we're doing fine. We had an earlier crash near the airport during our 4 a.m. hour. That crash has completely cleared now, so we're in much better shape. We'll continue to follow things out there on the road, but so far, so good. Well, coming up, the search for Sebastian Rogers continues, and the TBI is now asking Tennesseans to help keep him in mind. We'll explain.
Weeknights at 5 on Fox 17.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Electronic Express. We make it happen. You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Waking up at a Fox 17 Code Red weather alert today. One more good day before some storms move in overnight tonight. What you need to know to expect coming up in the forecast.
And now on Fox 17 News this Thursday morning, Fox 17 News has new video in the search for Riley Strain. What we know about his movements before he disappeared. Thank you so much for waking up with us here on a Thursday morning for Fox 17 News. I'm Erica Glover. Jennifer Waddell has the morning off. We want to get right to our Fox 17 News Code Red weather alert. Strong winds, heavy rains, all of that is possible, correct, Red?
That it is, and it's overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Now, we've known the timeline all week long. We've known we're going to have heavy rain all week long, 1 to 2 inches. None of that has changed. However, the potential for stronger wind has gone up a little bit, and with it being an overnight event, this is your heads up. That's why we're in Code Red mode. Not for what's happening today, it is for what happens overnight. Tornado and hail threats, they're very low, so I'm more concerned about wind, and just the fact it's going to be from midnight to 7 a.m. is not comfortable for many of us here. So the timing of when it moves in from west to east begins to move in right around midnight in the purple shaded areas. And it moves out as far as the storm threat goes by 4 a.m., 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. across Middle Tennessee, right in the heart of it. And out to the Cumberland Plateau, 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. Now, this is just the thunderstorm line that's going to move through itself. After that line moves through, a few more isolated rain showers cannot be ruled out. 80 degrees today, no rain, some sunshine, comfortable sunrise to sunset. Tomorrow, 70. Cooler, but also drier, trending much drier going into the weekend for Saturday and Sunday in the 60s.
Stay clear traffic out there for you. Let's get to I-65 at Trinity Lane there on the north side. You can see traffic moving along very nicely there on that north side. No big problems in either direction for you. Important to note that things will start to pile up and stack up out here a little bit later in the morning. But right now, we're doing good. Same can be said for I-24 at Old Hickory Boulevard in the Antioch area. We're also looking just fine out there this morning with no big problems. We had earlier crash near I-40 near the airport. That is out of here, so smooth sailing out there on the roads.
Justin, thank you. We do have an update this Thursday morning when it comes to the search for 22-year-old missing Missouri college student, okay? Riley Strain is his name. He disappeared from a downtown bar Friday. We're showing you some more video, though, new video from the escape game room. It's located over on 3rd Avenue. And this new video right behind me comes just as the TABC is investigating whether Strain was overserved that night. Our Fox 17 News reporter, Karen Aguilar, joining us live. And Karen, can you explain this in more detail? Because a lot of folks are asking what's happening with this.
Yeah, absolutely, Erica. I can. What I can say is that the TABC is investigating what happened after Riley Strain's friend says that he was kicked out of this bar behind me, Luke Bryan's on Broadway, over the weekend. The new video we obtained shows Riley walking down 3rd Avenue right here behind me past the escape game room. He intended to go to Tempo Hotel, but it appears he went the wrong way. Take a look at your screen to see that video. You can see Riley through the clear glass doors and windows. That's him. We have him circled. He's walking slowly. He also passed the downtown smoke and vape shop where he fell, and that video shows him going down 1st Avenue towards Gay Street near the river. His last location on his phone says he was near Public Square Park, his family says, but he hasn't been seen since. The TABC responded to him being potentially overserved, saying in part, quote, state law prohibits serving alcoholic beverages to someone who is visibly intoxicated. A violation is a Class A misdemeanor. In the meantime, crews continue to search for Riley and intend to search the river again. Reporting live in downtown, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. If you want to take a closer look at his photos or our continuous coverage, go to fox17.com and search Riley Strain. Also, though, we are asking this question over on our Fox Nashville X account. Do you worry about your safety on Lower Broadway? The options, yes, no, or I don't go. 43.5% of you all said, yeah, you do worry about your safety. You can let us know how you feel about this by going to cast your vote, scan the QR code that's on your screen, or visit our Fox Nashville X account. Also this morning, more than 2 weeks and still no sign of 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers. The teenager, who does have autism, appeared back on February 26, so last month. He was last seen in the Shackle Island community of Sumner County. Well, the TBI deciding to re-release some photos, so take a look at your screen. The TBI says they do not want you to forget that, yes, they are actively working to bring 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers home. If you would like to watch all of our previous reporting on Sebastian, please go to fox17.com and search Sebastian Rogers. We have it all there laid out for you.
It's just trash everywhere. You got a guy living in a tent right there.
That neighbor there, very outspoken, and the high cost of homelessness, upset neighbors who you just heard from, taking us through a North Nashville community where they say trash from nearby homeless encampments is spilling onto the streets. Brian Barberry brought the concerns to our news team more than 2 months ago. And after failing to get a hold of city leaders, he says he wants some more answers because nothing's changing. If anything, he says it's gotten worse. Barberry has to look at the piles of this junk every day as he drives up and down his Doverside Drive neighborhood. It is where he spends many mornings cleaning up his neighborhood, but he says it never seems to last very long.
I pick up at least 2 bags of trash either every other day or at least 3 times a week. I picked up trash this morning, 2 bags. And now the area where I picked the trash up, there's more trash.
So imagine grocery carts and trash piled up in your neighborhood. Fox 17 News, we want answers, so we reached out to area council member Jennifer Gamble to ask if this particular issue is on her radar. Both at the start of January and then yesterday, she did not respond to our questions. It's a story we'll continue following up on here on Fox 17 News. March of 2020, no one could forget this date. Coming up, we're taking a look back at COVID cases and seeing how we measure up then and then comparing it to now.
The peace of mind of never paying us a fee unless we get money for you. Get Hughes and Coleman and get it done.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Eurostone.
Just about 5:40, we have some health news updates. Unfortunately, we all know how much the world has changed due to the spread of COVID-19. But now health leaders say the worst has passed. 4 years ago, the Trump administration declared a nationwide emergency. And that is when Dr. Anthony Fauci predicted the worst was yet to come. Fast forward to now, though. CDC officials reporting around 15,000 new COVID hospital admissions across the country. And compare that to nearly 6 million in 2020. Health leaders say COVID cases have been trending downwards since the small peak that happened around the holidays. Right now, though, we do want to update you on our Code Red weather alert. Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, and it really is a good morning. This is an alert for what happens tonight into tomorrow morning. You'll see not a single bar when it comes to a rain chance for your Thursday. That doesn't mean that we might escape the possibility of maybe a pop-up shower here or there. Don't plan for it. Plan for 80 degrees and just a couple of clouds on and off. It really is an overnight event. We're in a category 1 out of 5 for severe weather. The lower the number, the better. Kind of like your golf game. You want to keep that number low, but it's not at 0. Taking a look, that means we're at a marginal risk for damaging wind. That's going to be overnight. Let's take a look at it on Future Track. Today, just a couple of clouds that will move in right side of your screen. We are in the 50s to right near 60 degrees already. This afternoon we'll be up near 80. Here comes the rain, though. This is midnight. Midnight going to 2 a.m., 4 a.m., and 6 a.m. You see, it's a pretty quick mover starting northwest, ending out in the plateau here as far as the line of thunderstorms, the yellows, oranges, and reds by about 7 o'clock in the morning. Behind it, though, there will be a few hours worth of lingering rain showers that'll be steady and at sometimes heavy. But once that initial push makes it through, our severe weather threat will be over.
Clear, clear traffic this morning. Let's get to I-65 at Dickerson Pike on the north side. As you can see, traffic there moving along really nicely. Spring break is in for Metro Nashville and many other places across the mid-state. So that means lighter than usual traffic in many places out there. Right now, though, we're doing fine on the north side, doing fine on the south side. We're going to continue to watch the roads here for you.
Justin, thank you. Just ahead, though, a bill would keep the state from requiring parents to take children when it comes to foster care. We're going to tell you what it could mean for kids and families.
Me and the insurance company are not concerned with the victim. I was worried about being able to pay my bills. I enjoyed you representing me because I knew I had to have the best.
In politics now, there is a bill that would prevent the state from requiring foster parents to take in children whose sexual orientation or gender identity that some say conflicts with the family's religious beliefs. That is now moving forward. Okay, well, the sponsor of this particular bill offers protection for LGBTQ children as well as for families. The idea is to ask questions on the front end, then to avoid problems that result in a child having to be removed from a foster care because it's a bad fit.
Why are we giving the option for parents to want to adopt who are not going to welcome any and every child?
We're just trying to think of the best interest of the child and make sure that it's not placed in a home where it will not be accepted.
Experts say bad placements do increase runaways, suicide attempts, and unfounded complaints against foster families. In your community, Cheekwood's annual flower show is underway, and we're talking about Cheekwood in bloom. Fox 17 News Code Red meteorologist Brett Luna explaining how it truly takes a team of gardeners to pull off this colorful attraction.
We're out here at Cheekwood today, and this is a big time of year for them. They got an awesome event that is going on right now. And to tell us a little bit more about this, I've got Peter right here beside me. He's with Cheekwood. And Peter, when I first came in here, just looking at everything, it was beautiful. What exactly do y'all have going on right now here at Cheekwood?
You're looking at over 250,000 spring flowering bulbs, kind of anchored by the tulips and the hyacinths, which look great and smell great in the color garden here, and then surrounded by more bulbs in our permanent collections of daffodils, just trying to welcome in spring with all of our friends and neighbors.
Perfect. And how long did it take y'all to plant all these bulbs?
It takes a team of about 10 or 12 gardeners 6 weeks to plant the bulbs. Between the 1st of November, we try and wrap it up before the holidays.
Gotcha. And I know just a couple of nights ago here in Nashville, we dropped just below freezing. Did that light freeze have any effect on y'all's tulips?
No. The light frost isn't going to affect the bulbs of the tulips at Cheekwood, so come out and see them. They're not going to affect your bulbs at the house.
Awesome.
They'll droop a little bit in the morning when it's cold, and they don't enjoy it any more than we do, but then they'll spring right back up with the warmth and the summer.
Perfect.
And the sunlight.
All right, and just real quick too, if people want to get tickets to come out here and visit, how do they do that?
Always start online. Buy your tickets online, make reservations. Members need to make reservations. So cheekwood.org is the best and most consistent source of information.
All right, and last thing, how much longer is the tulip, park going to be going on? April, what'd you say?
Through Sunday, April 14th.
April 14th.
We're tracking warmer and earlier than we have in years past, so we're encouraging people to come out sooner than later. The daffodils are peak right now. This week can be a great time to come out and see all the daffodils, and then come out in the next 2-3 weeks for sure.
Perfect. Well, there you heard it, everybody. Come out this weekend, but if you can't make it out this weekend, you have until April the 14th to come out here and see all these blooms going on at Cheekwood right now. Blooming here in Cheekwood, Brett Luna, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Brett, thank you so much. Always love Cheekwood in bloom, but listen, today, if you're going to get out to Cheekwood in bloom, do so earlier rather than later.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the entire day is great, though. I mean, from start to finish, sunrise to sunset, everything could not be better. It's after sunset when we go into Code Red or when the Code Red weather arrives. So we're tracking that for you. Overnight thunderstorm activity, damaging wind, definitely what we have to watch out for most carefully when those thunderstorms move in. 1 to 2 inches of rain, though, between midnight and 7 a.m. tomorrow, so keep that in mind as well. It's going to linger into the morning commute. Right now, nothing coming down. We have no visibility issues. We have no rain. It's a smooth and easy start. And for the kids that are still on spring break, this is the last day that you can get outside and be very carefree in the backyard or anywhere you want to go. 60 degrees at 9 a.m., 74 at noon, 79 degrees at 3 p.m. Get outside. Take advantage of it while it lasts, please. Also, when it comes to washing your car or waiting, we've officially met the wait category of this here, just because that rain moves in overnight tonight. So why do it today just to have it all messed up again tomorrow with the rain that does come down? And then Saturday will still be a little bit damp outside, and there'll still be some puddles. I would wait until Sunday or Monday, and you'll maximize either the elbow grease you put into it if you do it yourself, or just the amount of money that you put into a good car wash. So what we're expecting overnight tonight, midnight to 7 a.m., the potential for severe weather, hail, wind, and rain being the biggest threats, with the wind the one we have to watch out for. Have ways to get alerts while you're asleep tonight.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's take a good look at what we've got going on. Let's start in downtown Nashville tonight, or this morning. It looks like tonight, but it's morning. The joggers are already out there. Erica would be proud. But we're also looking at the streets being cleaned and a lot of pedestrians down there. Of course, the SEC men's basketball tournament will continue. You can see a lot of beer trucks. Look at this. 1, 2, 3 beer trucks at least along the side of the road there, restocking the lower Broadway bars down there. Watch out for the pedestrians. Also keep in mind, it's not just Bridgestone Arena that's busy. The Ryman Auditorium busy tonight. Casey and the Sunshine Band will be there for a big concert.
You have my attention. In national news, there is a new report stating widespread power outages could soon be a reality due to the overuse of America's electric grid. What we do know is a big uptick in the use of artificial intelligence, electric vehicles, and cryptocurrency mining is threatening to turn huge parts of the U.S. into blackout zones, and now Congress is concerned and stepping in. During a Capitol Hill hearing, most Republicans went ahead and blamed the current White House administration.
Regulations, including attempts to force car companies to only manufacture electric vehicles, create a significant new demand on the grid.
Well, Democrats push back, denying the green energy agenda is causing a strain on the grid, instead saying regulations aimed at reducing emissions are essential to fighting the real threat to America's electric supply.
You know what threatens the grid? Dependent on fossil fuel, climate change.
But there were few solutions offered to utilities and regulators, and now they're scrambling to keep up with demand for new energy. So when we talk about this story, we also understand that causes more than double of the energy use to increase between 2022 and 2023. Some say yes, it's time for the feds to come up with a unified national strategy, and that is not sitting well with industry leaders who say each state should truly set their own policies. Right now, though, the biggest driver of new electric demand in the U.S. is data centers to support new artificial intelligence, which we talk about constantly here. Extra leg room and maybe some room to stretch your arms, well, might not be a reality. We're going to talk about the latest up.
Now, sign up, play our fantastic games, and if you don't get lucky on your first visit, you'll get up to $250 on the house. Oak Grove Racing, Gaming, and Hotel. All kinds of awesome.
Just about 5:55, and do want to bring you up to speed with some breaking news updates on Fox 17 News this Thursday morning. It includes recalled cashews sold at Walmart that could cause life-threatening reactions for those with allergies. So listen up. The FDA is recalling 8 1/4 ounce great value honey roasted cashews, showing you what it looks like right here on your screen. The recall is because some of them reportedly contain undeclared coconut and milk products. This could cause serious or life-threatening allergic reactions. The FDA says people can go ahead and throw the cashews out or return them to Walmart for a full refund. This video, take a look. The owner of a pizza parlor in Texas believes he was saved by divine intervention, and you can see why. He was lighting the oven at Lily's Pizza when an explosion knocked him backwards off his feet. A lot of fire here. He is now recovering from serious burns, and you can understand why when you see this on the right side of his body. That's where the burns are, including his hands and eyebrows. There's no official word right now as to what caused that scary explosion. Today is National Pie Day, and some fast food chains are celebrating by offering one-of-a-kind deals. Pizza Hut wants fans to go ahead and join in on the National Pie Day fun. Customers who buy a large pizza can use the code FREEPIZZA to claim a buy one, get one deal. Taco Bell also offering their iconic Mexican pizza, so popular, for $3.14. That's what we're talking about, Pie Day. Burger King hanging out free Hershey's Sunday Pies and rewards to members who spend a total of $3.14. We do want to get on over to our Code Red Weather Alert Day for folks to stay in the know. We're thinking later tonight into Friday morning.
That is the timeline. So this morning is okay. You'll get out the door. No rain, no fog. Comfortable temperatures in the 50s to right near 60 degrees. No winter coats and no umbrellas for today. But tomorrow you definitely want to have the umbrella, and you'll know that because it'll likely be raining as you're waking up as that storm system moves in just after midnight. Later sunsets. Finally getting used to them yet this week? Sunset later on today going to be at 6:53, and we keep gaining that daylight toward the end of the day throughout the next couple of months. So we're finally starting that process. But what is trending is cooler air. Even though our daylight's getting longer, our temperatures are going to go down. We're talking about lows that'll be in the 30s Monday morning and Tuesday morning. So that is very consistent in the forecast. Maybe you're getting away today, or someone's coming into town for a long weekend. Your flight cast at BNA, 60 degrees at 9 a.m., 74 at noon, 79 degrees will be your temperature at 3 p.m. However, not the easiest in terms of getting to certain locations, like the Denver area. We have 6 flight delays at BNA right now, but there have also been more than a dozen cancellations, many of those flights out toward areas that are seeing snow off toward the west. So keep that in mind if the Rockies are in your future. And also keep it in mind, just wait till next week to get that car wash. Coming up though, as we go into our 6 o'clock half hour, a new look at future track, and then what threats we could be seeing tonight into tomorrow. We're going to piece it all together for you.
Still clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get you to I-40 at Donaldson Pike as you make that drive out towards the airport. We are in great shape as you get out there this morning. No big problems in either direction. If something does change, we'll be sure to let you know. If you've got a flight this morning, though, you'll be able to jump off here at exit 216A and make your way towards the airport. Keep in mind, at the end of the week, they'll be shutting down exit 216C, which takes you over towards Elm Hill Pike into the Donaldson area away from the airport. They're shutting that down. There's just going to be 2 exits here now instead of 3. Again, that's coming up at the end of the week.
Hey, get this, Barbie is headed down the aisle, quite literally. Mattel teaming up with bridal industry giant Azazi to create this collection of Barbie-inspired wedding gowns, bridesmaid dresses, and flower girl dresses, too. Every single design draws inspiration, they say, from a vintage Barbie look from over the decades, featuring bows, ruffles, and of course, it's Barbie, y'all, plenty of pink. In consumer news now, passengers on Frontier Airlines can now have the option to have the middle seat next to them empty. Frontier Airlines announcing this new upgrade option for their customers sitting in the window or the aisle seats. What do you think about this? Upfront customers, or Upfront Plus, the new upgraded seating option, that's what it's called, starts at $49 and will provide extra legroom and guaranteed empty middle seats. Then in science and tech news, SpaceX planning to attempt to launch the 3rd flight, testing of its massive Starship rocket this morning. Starship is the most powerful rocket in the world and a key component in the NASA Artemis lunar program. The Federal Aviation Administration issuing the launch license and a splashdown site environmental assessment Wednesday. The first 2 flight tests ended in explosions, though. The FAA finished its mishap investigation into the 2nd test flight in February. Previous Starship test flights were set to splash down near Hawaii, but this 3rd attempt is going to be targeting the Indian Ocean.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Good morning, and a Code Red weather alert for an incoming storm system tonight into tomorrow. The specific timeline for your neighborhood and what threats we face in your forecast.
Coming up, the TABC opens an investigation after the 22-year-old University of Missouri student has been missing for almost a week now. Plus, hear from Riley Strain's family.
Thank you so much for waking up with us here on a busy Thursday morning on Fox 17 News. I'm Erica Glover. Jennifer Waddell has the morning off. You can see the Code Red weather alerts behind me here, so we do want to get right on over to our meteorologist who's sharing what you need to know.
Yes, the big things in the weather story here are to know that today is okay. Daylight hours look great. We'll have a temperature up near 80 degrees later on this afternoon. We're starting off in the 50s to right near 60. Daylight hours, perfect. However, overnight tonight, incoming showers and thunderstorms. You'll get the storms first, then some steady rainfall once that initial quick moving round of storms moves through your area. Unfortunately, the severe potential has gone up ever so slightly. Showers beginning to pop up, but again, that rain chance is going to be overnight tonight into tomorrow. The heavy rainfall for everyone. Some gusty wind, possible. The wind and the possible damaging wind is the thing we're going to look out for most carefully overnight. Have ways to get alerts. Get the Fox 17 Code Red weather app. Have your weather radio turned on and make sure you have batteries in it just in case you were to lose power. 80 today, 70 degrees tomorrow. Once the rain is done, all eyes turn to temperatures and a big cooling pattern. 66 on Saturday, 63 on Sunday. So the weekend looks pretty good, but the nighttime temperatures to start off next week and even the daytime temps, pretty chilly compared to what our bodies have been used to here the last 4 or 5 days.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get you out to I-24 Hickory Hollow Parkway, making that drive through the Antioch area. Could not ask for better traffic for this time of the morning, just after 6 a.m. Things moving along really nicely out there for you. Things can't change, and they do in a moment's notice. But right now, we had an earlier crash on I-40 very close to Briley near Donaldson. That is out of here. So we are smooth sailing. Your drive times looking the same. 25 coming in from Hendersonville, 50 from Murfreesboro, 39 minutes in from Lebanon and Wilson County.
Justin, thank you. Fox 17 News following breaking news from overnight and mapping it out for you right here on the screen. Metro dispatchers confirming 2 shootings. Police say the first shooting happened on Hawkwood Lane. That is north of Nashville, think near Bradley Parkway. It happened around 7 o'clock last night. The second shooting was in the 2000 block of Antioch Pike in Antioch around 10 o'clock. Now, these are ongoing investigations, so right now the details are limited, but we'll be sure to share more updates as we work to learn more. We also have an update now regarding ongoing search efforts. Fox 17 News sharing the new video right behind me of missing 22-year-old college student Riley Strain before his disappearance in downtown Nashville. And this new video that we're showing you is from the escape game room surveillance cameras. They're located over on 3rd Avenue. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar joining us live from 3rd Avenue with another update. Good morning, Karen.
Good morning, Erica. Riley Strain's family says that he was overserved and kicked out of that bar behind me, Luke Bryan's bar here on Broadway over the weekend. The TABC is now investigating what happened that night and claims of him being overserved. They say that overserving is a misdemeanor. The new video that we obtained confirms that Riley got out of Luke Bryan's bar behind me, crossed the street over to 3rd Avenue, and walked past the escape game room. Take a look at your screen to see that video. You can see him through the clear glass doors and windows. We also have video of him stumbling and falling across the street from the downtown smoke and vape shop. What we know is he was going down 1st Avenue towards Gay Street near the river. His family says his last location on his phone says he was near Public Square Park, never making it back to his Tempo Hotel. They say he hasn't been seen since and are just trying to piece things together. Riley's father, Ryan Gilbert, tells us what he knows.
He was put out of the bar by himself, and there was a time that went by that his friend wasn't able to get out. We believe they were taking care of their bar tab or whatnot. By the time they got outside, he just wasn't there any longer.
Luke Bryan's bar has not released surveillance video to us yet. They have released it to police from what we know. In the meantime, crews are ready to search the river again. We've contacted authorities to figure out when and if that will happen. Reporting live on Broadway, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. And if you want to catch up on previous reporting about this, go to fox17.com and search Riley Strain. And we do want to ask you this question over on our Fox Nashville X account. Do you worry about your safety on Lower Broadway? The options, yes, no, or I don't go. As of right now, 43.6% of you all say yes, you do worry about your safety. You can cast your vote by scanning the QR code on your screen or by going to our Fox Nashville X account. Let's talk about sports news. Have you heard? Wide receiver Calvin Ridley is leaving the Jaguars and yes, signing with our Titans. He gives young Titans quarterback Will Levis a desperately needed playmaker to go along with 3-time All-Pro DeAndre Hopkins. And listen to this. It's a 4-year, $92 million deal with $50 million guaranteed. Sounds pretty good to me. New this Thursday morning, a Franklin family escaped a fire that engulfed their home over in the middle of the night. All thanks, they say, to their smoke alarms. Now, right now, we're going to show you this video where you can see Franklin firefighters responding to the blaze. And according to the fire marshal, the fire began in the back of their Franklin home, and the home right there is suffering an estimated $5 million worth of damage. The Franklin Fire Department emphasizing the importance of smoke alarms and saving lives. We talked a little bit about sports. So coming up, the Titans have signed a number of new players overnight.
For life with your new Nissan here at North Nashville's Nissan of Rivergate in Madison.
The Good Feet Store, improving people's lives 2 feet at a time.
6:09 is the time. Let's talk about your National Football League team, the Tennessee Titans. They've been very busy in the opening hours of this particular offseason. So the Titans had a lot of money to spend going into this offseason. That includes, according to the list put out by Pro Football Focus, you can see right here, the Titans had $75 million that they could spend on free agents that are out there and open on the NFL. So what they've decided to do with that money is spend a lot of it right over here on this young man, Calvin Ridley, 29 years old, coming over from the Jacksonville Jaguars, where last year he racked up 1,000 yards, receiving 8 touchdowns for the Jaguars. Before that, he played for the Atlanta Falcons. Before that, he played for Nick Saban at the University of Alabama. Now, the Titans have been very aggressive when it comes to the passing game this particular offseason. They were looking at a number of wide receivers in the upcoming draft as well. Their general manager, Rand Carthen, says it's all part of their new philosophy.
If you look at where Cali comes from, you know, right, you have 3 to 4 guys that are in there a lot, and that are producers, and that's the receiver room is where we're going to continue to look to add some playmakers. Like I said before, we're looking to add playmakers, you know, on both sides of the ball. We need to have people that can put the ball in the paint, you know, and score points for us.
Put the ball in the paint. You know where the paint is? In the end zone. That's what he's talking about there, and trying to score more touchdowns for the Titans. Now, what comes after you score touchdowns? Well, you typically kick the extra point, and the Titans have made a move there as well. They've signed Nick Folk, their kicker from last season. He tested free agency for just a few hours, but in the end, he signed a 1-year deal with the Titans. He made most of his extra points last year, 93% of them. He also made most of his field goals last year as well. He even had to punt one time. Did pretty good, 39 yards on that.
6:11 your time, and taking a look at the forecast and why the red lights are on, why we're code red. Not for the morning, not for any time of the daylight here. It's after sunset where we're going to see the chance for severe weather. All of us in a category 1 here for severe weather. A few counties are right on the edge of that level 2 threat. The higher the threat level, the more likely you are to see severe weather. But most of us here are not going to see much that happens when it comes to severe weather. But you're going to get storms, you're going to get rain no matter what. Today, a couple of clouds are going to build for us here. Maybe a pop-up shower. For the most part, nothing to worry about. Temperature up near 80 degrees later on this afternoon. It's tonight when things begin to settle in. Here's midnight, 2 a.m., 4 a.m., and then 6 a.m. You can take this all the way into the Cumberland Plateau. It moves in very quickly, but 1 to 2 inches of rain and damaging wind are what we're going to watch for here as we go into tonight.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's get to the very latest happening on I-40 at White Bridge Road over in West Nashville. You can see that out there for yourself. The trucks out there are sleeping this morning, so be careful as you drive past there in West Nashville, but nothing out of the ordinary there happening for you. We do have one disabled vehicle up here on the shoulder, but they too just may be taking a little bit of a nap. We'll have the latest drive times for you coming up here in the next few minutes. What would you do if you had an extra day off every week? Well, we've got one lawmaker who's trying to make that a reality. Coming up, we'll have the latest on a bill championed by Senator Bernie Sanders.
A judge strikes down some of the charges
during the Flakesdale Spring Gallery event during the B.F. Myers Furniture St. Patrick's Day sale.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Sarah Chevrolet Buick GMC of Nashville.
Good morning. 6:15 is the time. Happening today, the second day of the SEC men's basketball tournament over at Bridgestone Arena, and it's making for a packed schedule. Okay, so right now we're showing you a live look from our Fox 17 News photojournalist Kevin Mumphrey, who is showing us what this area looks like. And yes, it's early, it's dark outside, but what you're looking over as he pans to the right, if he hears me, is the fan experience. I was over there yesterday, and woof, A lot of folks, a lot of fans. 13-seeded Vanderbilt falling to Arkansas yesterday was a painful overtime loss, and then Georgia beat Missouri to proceed throughout the tournament. Today, though, 4 games are on for the agenda downtown. So yeah, you can see our photojournalist there. He was zooming in to show you some of the fan action. LSU plays Mississippi State. That's going to be at 1 o'clock today. After that, my hometown team, South Carolina, taking on Arkansas. Go Gamecocks. Then another doubleheader going to be at 7 p.m. Texas A&M playing Ole Miss. After that, Florida and Georgia is going to take the court. In politics, Senator Bernie Sanders wants to give you an extra day off each week. What do you think about this? The Vermont senator is proposing a bill for a standard 4-day work week without reducing pay for employees. Not sure how that's possible, though. The proposed legislation would change the standard work week from 40 hours per week to 32 hours per week, and also require employees to be compensated time and a half for working more than 32 hours. The bill would take full effect over a 4-year period and would also protect workers' pay from being lowered as a result from this. Let's check in now because the red lights are on. We are in a code red weather alert. We're tracking the timeline, and you're thinking this is going to be an overnight event, which also really catches my attention, catches us off guard.
Completely, and not knowing what exactly is going on out there when it wakes you up at night is never a good thing. So that's why we're going code red well before this moves in, so we can keep talking about it throughout the morning. Know that the daylight hours are not going to be a problem for you. Here's what's new when it comes to thunderstorms overnight. We have no worries until after sunset. Heavy rainfall, guaranteed. 1 to 2 inches of rain that comes down for just about everyone who could possibly be watching this right now, the entire viewing area. Now, tornado threat is not zero. It's not zero, but it's also not a big threat at all. It's as close to zero as you can get. However, damaging wind and small size hail, a much better shot at both of those overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. So what do you do when it's so unsettling to be woken up by that at night? You make sure you have the Fox 17 Code Red weather app. If your app doesn't go off, then you are not under a warning. It's the best way to know that rumbles of thunder and lightning outside are not necessarily as dangerous as things could be. 58 degrees right now in Nashville, 59 in Dickson, 63 in Clarksville. All of these temperatures are warmer for the most part, with the exception of the Cumberland Plateau, than what we're going to be seeing for high temperatures by the time we get into next week. So keep that in mind. We're very warm, but just for now. That's going to change for us in the course of the next 72 hours. Not everyone on spring break right now, so those kids that are getting out the door, rain gear, leave it at home. Winter coats, you can leave it at home. 58 degrees at the first bell. After school, we'll be right near 80 degrees, but do not get used to it. Temperatures drop significantly. Here it is in your 7-day forecast. 80 today, 70 degrees tomorrow, 60s for the weekend. Comfortable, but then Monday and Tuesday, very cold starts and well below average afternoon high temperatures.
Still clear traffic for you this morning. Let's take a look at the north side of town. I-65 at I-24 as you make that drive in. Yeah. Here it is. It's the parking lot out there. It's the slow go. It's the school zone, even though Metro is on spring break. We've got the 15-mile-per-hour rule that seems to be applying already here on I-65. What you can do to get past this is take things like Dickerson Pike or Ellington Parkway. This could be a good way to come down from that north side because we are already hitting that stop-and-go congestion, making that drive in. This is just the junction here as people coming down on this side from Jolton and Whites Creek are meeting up with the folks coming in from Hendersonville, Goodlettsville, and Millersville and causing that slowdown. Again, no major accidents to tell you about, though. This is just typical for this time of the day.
Justin, thank you. Let's get right back to politics. The judge overseeing the Georgia election interference case, yes, dismissed some charges against former President Donald Trump and others, but the rest of the sweeping indictment remains intact. So Fox News correspondent Matt Finn explaining how this impacts Trump's run for the White House.
A victory of sorts for former President Donald Trump and 5 of his former associates. Judge Scott McAfee dismissing 6 counts of a sweeping indictment accusing them of election interference in Georgia. McAfee writing, quote, "As written, these 6 counts contain all the essential elements of the crimes but fail to allege sufficient detail regarding the nature of their commission."
He basically said the prosecutors just hadn't alleged the facts that would show a crime was committed in connection with those charges.
The charges are connected to allegations the defendants violated Georgia's RICO Act by trying to persuade state elected officials to violate their oaths of office and overturn Georgia's 2020 election results.
This is a really thin soup for a racketeering claim, and it just got thinner.
Defense attorneys applauded the decision, calling it the right move. Rudy Giuliani's lawyer issuing a statement writing, quote, "There simply was not enough detail to put the defendants on notice of what to defend against." Prosecutors, however, could seek a new indictment to reinstate the charges.
But that will eat up calendar space. It may make it difficult to try the case before the election.
This is the first time charges in any of Trump's 4 criminal cases have been dismissed. It comes as Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis, the lead prosecutor in the case, waits for Judge McAfee to rule on a motion by the defense to disqualify her over a romantic relationship with Nathan Wade, one of the special prosecutors she hired. The judge is expected to make a ruling on this matter by the end of the week. Matt Finn, Fox News.
Coming up on Fox 17 News this Thursday morning, we're talking about the SEC tournament matchup, the highlights and lowlights from a hard-fought game. And we are in a code red weather alert. We're tracking the potential for gusts.
Some did it, some not, but all with big savings. Town and Country Ford in Madison.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by U.S. Pest Protection.
We have an update this Thursday morning. Police say a woman right behind me, she was arrested in a deadly road rage shooting that happened last January. Metro Police say Timothy Fetter was shot to death right across from his family's auto shop over on Old Hickory Boulevard. And now detectives say the 27-year-old who I showed you, Stephanie Hernandez from Gallatin, is charged with second-degree murder. She's in jail without bond, and police say they do expect to arrest at least one more person for that case. We do want to let you know Fox 17 News is in a code red weather alert for strong to severe storms that's going to arrive overnight into early Friday morning. We're talking scattered showers and storms. Yeah, that's going to develop ahead of a cold front late tonight into early Friday morning. So don't put that winter coat away just yet. We're talking about also damaging wind and hail. That is all possible in this code red weather alert. Heavy rainfall that is going to impact your Friday morning commute, which is why we are in our code red weather alert, not for what's happening today. Think overnight, early Friday morning.
All right, everyone, steer clear traffic. Heads up. We've just picked up a crash. This one's going to be south of town, I-65 at I-840. This is going to be south of town down in Williamson County. We're still trying to get the details on this one. They are closed because of a vehicle fire, we're being told. Again, this is going to be I-65, okay, southbound as we're getting the new information in. 65 going south. So that's leaving Nashville going towards Spring Hill, towards Murray County, towards the Alabama state line eventually, if you keep going far enough. Things are shut down. What you can do is go off at 65 right at 840 and maneuver your way around over towards Highway 31 in order to steer clear. We're going to get a map and things for you. But again, we just picked this up, 65 the 840 junction down in Williamson County, as we are dealing with a vehicle fire that has forced 65 to shut down going south.
Justin, thank you. Talking about sports now, hometown team Vanderbilt facing the Arkansas Razorbacks in the SEC tournament yesterday. And the hard-fought game really came down to overtime. So we're taking a look. Ezra Manjon getting in a shot, then a steal by Malik in overtime. Finishing with a 9-23 record. Throughout this morning's newscast, we're also going to hear from the head coach of Vanderbilt to talk about his future at the university. Coming up, though, the search for Sebastian Rogers continues. And now TVI is asking everyone to keep him in mind. We're going to show you the updated photos and more about this ongoing investigation.
I'm Megan O'Halloran. Fox 17 is partnering with Reading is Fundamental to support children's literacy. Scan this QR code to donate to our virtual book drive.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Fox 17 News showing you a live look on Lower Broadway and letting you know we are now in a code red weather alert. We're tracking the timeline potential for severe storms. Plus, there's a big dip in temperatures headed our way.
Steer clear traffic takes us down to I-65 at 840. That's where traffic is at a standstill because of a vehicle fire. We're going to tell you the details we know so far.
6:30 on the dot. Thank you so much for waking up with us here on a busy Thursday morning. For Fox 17 News, I'm Erica Glover. Jennifer Waddell has the morning off. It's a good day to go ahead and make sure you have your phone with that downloaded app for our Code Red Weather Alert because you want to stay in the know. We're going to get on over to our Code Red Weather meteorologist, Good morning, Greg.
Hey, good morning. And yes, it is a good morning. It's a good afternoon. This is for overnight tonight. It's an overnight event. That's why we're already code red, because when you go to bed tonight, I want you to know what's coming our way. Heavy rainfall, 1 to 2 inches worth of rain, and damaging wind gusts are the things that we're watching out for most carefully as we do turn out the lights tonight and get to right around midnight or so. Low tornado threat and low hail threat. Not zero, very, very low. However, the rain, that's going to be there, and the wind, definitely gusty. Does it hit severe criteria? Not necessarily, but thunder and lightning may wake you up overnight. Temperatures right now are in the 50s to near 60 degrees. Warm air coming in from the south right now, a breeze out of the south as well, but this is coming our direction here over the weekend and into next week. The colder air takes back over. Enjoy every second of today's temperatures. 58 in Nashville, 63 degrees in Clarksville, 54 degrees in Gallatin, and 55 degrees in Lebanon. Nice start. We're going to be in the 30s again for morning temperatures next week, so that's why I say enjoy this the best you can. Let's grab you a bite to eat this afternoon, maybe the outdoor lunch scenarios in your future. 71 degrees at 11, 74 at noon, and 77 degrees at 1 p.m. Maybe you're not grabbing a bite to eat outdoors. Maybe you're going to have that kitchen setup going on. Still, find some time to get outside later today with a high of 80 degrees. Yeah, we're talking warmth here, folks. 80 today, very nice. 70 degrees tomorrow. 60s into the weekend, 50s next week. And the next check of your Code Red forecast, we're going to bring out Future Track for you and give you that timeline, hour by hour, of when the rain moves in and how quickly it exits the area for tomorrow.
Steer clear traffic this morning. Let's get you out to I-65 at 840 on the south side. We are dealing with a vehicle fire, according to the reports that we have, that have shut down 65 going south. So coming out of Franklin, going towards Spring Hill, that's where this crash is, right there on 65. It's right at the 840 junction. As a matter of fact, you see this traffic here. This is all the traffic coming on from 840. So you can still get off at 840 back here at an exit and then loop your way around and get off on 840 back onto I-65. You just can't come straight through right now. Let me show it to you on the map here. You can see it's still 36 minutes coming in from Spring Hill. That's because it's coming the opposite direction. If you're leaving Spring Hill going towards Nashville, you're fine. There's some yellow, but eventually green. It's the red as you head south that is the issue. So again, you can jump off at 840, make the loop back around, and then get back onto I-65. You just can't cut through because of that vehicle fire. We'll continue to watch things for you. By the way, if you want to skip the whole thing, Highway 31 looks really nice right now.
Justin, thank you. We have an update this Thursday morning as we get some new video right behind me here. A missing college student, Riley Strain, who disappeared from downtown Nashville last week. Well, the video is from the escape game room over on 3rd Avenue. The new video comes as the TABC is investigating whether or not Strain was overserved that night. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar joining us from 3rd Avenue with another update.
That's right. The TABC is investigating what happened at Luke Bryan's bar on Broadway after Riley Strain's family says he was kicked out of there for being too drunk. The new video shows him walking down this street, 3rd Avenue in downtown, and past the escape room. And you can see him through the clear glass doors. Take a look at your screen. That's him we have circled. He's walking slowly and looking inside. What we know so far is that after he was kicked out of Luke Bryan's bar, he intended to go to his Tempo hotel, and it appeared he went the wrong way, making stops at the escape room, the downtown smoke and vape shop, where he fell. And another video shows him going down 1st Avenue towards Gay Street near the river. His last location on his phone says he was near Public Square Park. His family says he hasn't been seen since. His family claiming he had been overserved. The TABC responded in part, quote, "State law prohibits serving alcoholic beverages to someone who is visibly intoxicated. A violation is a Class A misdemeanor." Moving forward, Riley's family says that crews intend to search the river again to figure out what might have happened to Riley. When we have more information, we will bring it to you. Reporting in downtown, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
All right, Karen, thank you. We also want to know what you think. Question here on our Fox Nashville X account. Do you worry about safety over on Lower Broadway? As of right now, 43.7% of you all say yes, you do worry about safety, but then 32.5% of you all say I don't go. You still have plenty of time to go ahead and let us know what you think. Cast your vote, scan the QR code right here on your screen, or head on over to our Fox Nashville X account. And the search for Sebastian. More than 2 weeks have gone on and still no sign of the 15-year-old who does have autism. He disappeared back on February 26 last month and was last seen in the Shackle Island community of Sumner County. Well, the TBI is saying that they want to re-release these photos, so go ahead, please take a look at your screen. Maybe you have some information. TBI is saying they do not want you to forget that, yes, they are actively working to bring 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers home. If you would like to catch up on all of our previous reporting of Sebastian Rogers, go to fox17.com, search his name, and you'll see all the updates for you right there.
It's just trash everywhere. You got a guy living in a tent right there.
Yeah, he says it's just a mess. And the high cost of homelessness now. I want to bring you to North Nashville. That's where upset neighbors telling us that they're having to clean up and they're not making any progress. The trash just goes back there. We're talking about a nearby homeless camp where they say the trash is now spilling into the streets. We spoke with a neighbor in North Nashville. His name is Brian Barberry, and he brought us these concerns more than 2 months ago. After failing to get a hold of city leaders, he wants answers. He says since the 2-month time change, nothing has changed. If anything, it's gotten worse. Barberry has to look at the piles of junk every day as he drives up and down Doverside Drive. So imagine living in this neighborhood and then you have to go past this when you head home. This is where Barberry spends so many mornings cleaning up his neighborhood, he says, but it never seems to stay clean for long.
I pick up at least 2 bags of trash either every other day or at least 3 times a week. I picked up trash this morning, 2 bags, and now the area where I picked the trash up, there's more trash.
It's frustrating, he says. Fox 17 News, we reached out to the area council member, Jennifer Gamble. We're working to get answers, relentlessly asking her, hey, is this on your radar? We asked her this both at the start of January and then yesterday. As of right now, though, we have not gotten a response from her. Coming up next on Fox 17 News, March 2020, it's a date no one could ever forget. We're going to take a look back at COVID cases and see how we're comparing.
Or get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
This Fox 17 newscast is sponsored by the Nashville Preds.
Just about 6:40, talking about health news now. There is no denying that so much changed during and after the COVID-19 pandemic. But now some health experts are pointing to updated numbers to say the worst seems to have passed. 4 years ago, the Trump administration declared a nationwide emergency. That's when Dr. Anthony Fauci said the worst was yet to come. But now we're hearing from CDC officials reporting there are around 15,000 weekly new COVID hospital admissions across the country. And they're now comparing that to nearly 6 million back in 2020. Those same health experts say COVID cases have been trending downwards since the small peak that happened around the holiday season. We do want to get on over, though, to Greg Bobus for our updated Code Red Weather Alert Day.
Yeah, what we're tracking here is Code Red weather for overnight tonight into tomorrow. I want to stress that it's not a daytime event. The morning and the afternoon, even this evening, they're all going to be great. But tonight, everything changes. Storms move in mainly after midnight. Hail, wind, and rain are the 3 things that we're going to watch most carefully for. And they're the main threats that we're going to have here, especially the wind portion of it. Tornado threat is not at 0, but it's not a big threat by any means. More concerns come with straight-line wind as this system moves in. Have ways to get alerts overnight. That's the best thing you can do is have that Fox 17 Code Red Weather app location notifications turned on. And if your phone doesn't go off when it's thundering and when it's lightning, if it does wake you up, if the thunder and lightning wake you up but your phone doesn't go off, that means no severe weather. Taking a look, though, we're talking about 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. Things begin to move into the Nashville area, and then they'll eventually track out of the Cumberland Plateau by 6 a.m. So coming up in the next check of your forecast, future track, a new model update of the timing, and we'll talk a little bit more about the wind threat, how gusty it could be, and how much rain we're going to end up with by the time this is done midday tomorrow.
Steer clear traffic out there for you at 641. Quick look south of town. We've got an update. We've got 1 lane now open on I-65 going south near I-840 at the junction down in Williamson County. We had an earlier car fire down there that had the entire interstate shut down as you head south. No longer the case. They've gotten 1 lane open there so you can't get by. It is still causing major backups, though. Let's show it to you on the map here. Still 42 minutes coming in, but now we're seeing backup in both directions. Why? Well, the sun sun is coming up. What happens when the sun comes up? People start looking around, and that causes slowdowns. You can just jump off at 8:40, can get right back on. That's going to be your best way to steer clear.
Well, coming up next, there's a bill that would keep the state from requiring parents to take in foster children if their beliefs don't match up. What this could mean for kids.
Girl back here, I will leave.
Tonight at 7 on Fox 17.
The Good Feet Store, improving people's lives 2 feet at a time.
In politics, a bill that would prevent the state from requiring foster parents to take in children whose sexual orientation or gender identity conflicts with the family's religious beliefs. It is now moving forward. And the sponsor of this bill says it offers protection for LGBTQ children and families. The idea is to ask questions on the front end in order to avoid problems that result in a child having to be removed from a foster home because it's a bad fit.
Why are we giving the option for parents to want to adopt who are not going to welcome any and every child?
We're just trying to think of the best interest of the child and make sure that it's not placed in a home where it will not be accepted.
Well, there are some experts that say bad placements increase runaways, suicide attempts, and unfounded complaints against foster families. In your community, one of my favorite events, Cheekwood's annual flower show is now underway. So we're talking about the Cheekwood in bloom. Perhaps you've checked it out before. Our Fox 17 News Code Red meteorologist Brett Luna is sharing how so many gardeners have to come together to pull off this colorful Middle Tennessee event.
We're out here at Cheekwood today, and this is a big time of year for them. They got an awesome event that is going on right now. And to tell us a little bit more about this, I've got Peter right here beside me. He's with Cheekwood. And Peter, when I first came in here, just looking at everything, it was beautiful. What exactly do y'all have going on right now here at Cheekwood?
You're looking at over 250,000 spring flowering bulbs, kind of anchored by the tulips and the hyacinths, which look great and smell great in the color garden here, and then surrounded by more bulbs in our permanent collections of daffodils, just trying to welcome in spring with all of our friends and neighbors.
Perfect. And how long did it take y'all to plant all these bulbs?
It takes a team of about 10 or 12 gardeners 6 weeks to plant the bulbs. Between the 1st of November, we try and wrap it up before the holidays.
Gotcha. And I know just a couple of nights ago here in Nashville, we dropped just below freezing. Did that light freeze have any effect on y'all's tulips?
No. The light frost isn't going to affect the bulbs of the tulips at Cheekwood, so come out and see them. They're not going to affect your bulbs at the house.
Awesome.
They'll droop a little bit in the morning when it's cold, and they don't enjoy it any more than we do, but then they'll spring right back up with the warmth and the summer.
Perfect.
And the sunlight.
All right, and just real quick too, if people want to get tickets to come out here and visit, how do they do that?
Always start online. Buy your tickets online, make reservations. Members need to make reservations. So cheekwood.org is the best and most consistent source of information.
All right, and last thing, how much longer is the tulip, park going to be going on? April, what'd you say?
Through Sunday, April 14th.
April 14th.
We're tracking warmer and earlier than we have in years past, so we're encouraging people to come out sooner than later. The daffodils are peak right now. This week can be a great time to come out and see all the daffodils, and then come out in the next 2-3 weeks for sure.
Perfect. Well, there you heard it, everybody. Come out this weekend, but if you can't make it out this weekend, you have until April the 14th to come out here and see all these blooms going on at Cheekwood right now. Reporting here in Cheekwood, Brett Luna, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Brett, thank you. Love the blooms. Hey, if you're just now waking up with us, we are in a Code Red weather alert. It's not going to be for the daytime. That is key in this.
Oh, 100% key, yeah. Today's fine. Don't worry about anything for today itself. You can go to bed later on tonight. You're going to be hearing some rain hitting the windows. You're going to have some thunder, some lightning, and that is when the possibility of severe weather is going to be. So we're in Code Red right now as the look ahead to what's going to happen tonight into tomorrow. Our severe weather outlook, how do you read the map? Green, everyone shaded in green here, is going to be in the lowest threat level that we have when it comes to seeing severe weather and how many thunderstorms could be strong overnight tonight. The area shaded in yellow, a few more thunderstorms are possible. Now the threats don't change, just how many stronger storms could move through gets a little more substantial off to our west. So what does it mean when it comes to timeline? Let's find out here on Future Track. Like I mentioned, today looks pretty good. Sunrise will look pretty good here in about the next 10-15 minutes. The afternoon loaded with some sunshine. You might get a speck or two of green on the radar. Quick little spritz of rain this afternoon. That's it. We're going to go from the 50s and 60s right now to 80 degrees later on this afternoon. Get ready for it. Do not take the winter coat or the umbrella with you. You're fine. This is almost summer clothing kind of weather. Midnight, here we go. Rain begins to move in by about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, really close to the Nashville area. Tracks through between 2 o'clock and 6 a.m. right through the heart of the metro area. This time tomorrow morning, we're tracking that rain moving into the Cumberland Plateau and starting to try to exit the Nashville area. A few more light scattered showers linger into the late morning and early afternoon.
Weather Window, presented by the National Weather Desk.
One peaceful way to greet the day is with a carousel of stunning sunrises from Perdido Key, Florida, to photos beside still waters of Lake Winnebago in Wisconsin. This pooch greets the day at a beach in southern New England and looking forward to the day at this golf course near Myrtle Beach. Spring is knocking at our seasonal door, these blossoms paving the way for its official arrival.
For more content like this, like the National Weather Desk on Facebook.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. Let's get you out to I-65 at I-840. This is down in Williamson County. That is where we are dealing with the crash over on the shoulder. At one point, had the interstate shut down. They reported this as a vehicle fire when it got started, but now it's all pulled over there to the shoulder, and you can get by. It's just a very slow go. Let's show you to you here on the map. Again, this is going south, coming out of Franklin towards Spring Hill. You can see Thompson Station right over there. What you want to do is, if you want to try to get around this at this point, because both lanes are open, use Highway 31 here. That's going to be your best bet to steer clear. There are other things to show you. We'll try to get to those coming up a little bit later.
Justin, thank you. Now to national headlines. There is a new report showing huge areas of the country will soon essentially be blacked out due to the overuse of America's electric grid. Big issue here. A big uptick in the use of artificial intelligence, AI, electric vehicles, and cryptocurrency mining. All of that is threatening to turn huge parts of our country into blackout zones. So Congress is now stepping in. In fact, industry leaders sounding the alarm at a hearing on Capitol Hill, where most Republicans went ahead and placed the blame on the White House.
Regulations, including attempts to force car companies to only manufacture electric vehicles, create a significant new demand on the grid.
Well, Democrats pushed back, denying the green energy agenda is causing a strain on our grids, claiming regulations aimed at reducing emissions are essential to fighting the real threat to America's electric supply. Listen again.
You know what threatens the grid? Dependent on fossil fuel, climate change.
Okay, so what you really need to know is there were a few solutions offered to utilities and regulators scrambling to keep up with demand for new energy, which more than doubled, by the way, between 2022 and 2023. Some say, yeah, it's time for the feds to come up with a unified national strategy, and that is not sitting well with industry leaders who say each state should set its own policies. Also interesting, right now, the biggest driver of new electric demand in the U.S. is data centers to support the new artificial intelligence demands. Over in Georgia, maintenance workers at the world's busiest airport are threatening to strike. Workers from Hartsville-Jackson International Airport right here packing an Atlanta City Council meeting. This was yesterday. The group demanding better work conditions. And listen, some of their issues that they're complaining about, they say includes rat problems, low pay, and sexual harassment allegations. Maintenance workers telling city leaders yesterday that their paychecks have decreased by $4 an hour compared to their pay 2 years ago. So we also got a statement on Fox 17 News from airport leaders who explained, quote, they're committed to safe and professional workplaces and fair pay for workers. Talking about the airport, just ahead, extra leg room and maybe some room to stretch your arms. It sounds good. So we'll share the latest options for Frontier Flyers.
On FanDuel, new customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets if you win. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
.55 is the time. Right now, Fox 17 News taking a live look at the beautiful sunrise over Metro Center and letting you know we are in a code red weather alert. It's not for what you're going to see during the day, but more so overnight into early Friday morning. We're talking severe wind gusts and possibility for hail. So we're going to have some updates from our code red meteorologist, Greg Bobus, in just a couple of minutes. But let's talk about airlines. In consumer news, passengers over on Frontier Airlines can now have the option to have the middle seat next to them empty. Frontier Airlines announcing this new upgrade option for its customers sitting in the window or the aisle seats. Upfront Plus is what it's called. It's a new upgraded seating option starting at $49. That's going to provide extra legroom, they say, and that guaranteed empty middle seat. What do you think about that? In science and technology news, SpaceX planning to attempt to launch the third flight test of their massive Starship rocket. It's going to happen this morning. So here's what we also know about this. Starship is the most powerful rocket in the world and really a key component in the NASA Artemis lunar program that we talked about. The Federal Aviation Administration issued the launch license and a splashdown site environmental assessment Wednesday. A lot of updates. The first two flight tests that we understand, those particular tests ended though in explosions. The FAA finished its mishap investigation into the second test flight back in February. Previous Starship test flights though were set to splash down near Hawaii, but this third attempt is going to be targeting the Indian Ocean. Let's get on right on over to Greg Bovis though. Code Red weather alert, folks. Some who are waking up with us thinking, wait a minute, it's sunny outside.
Yeah, we have sunshine. We have temperatures that are near 60 degrees. You're going to think, what do you mean code red weather? Well, overnight tonight, you'll be saying a different story when rain is hitting the windows, thunder and lightning are waking you up, and you hear the wind howling outside. Overnight tonight is when the thunderstorms are going to move in. Where are we at? Just starting off right now? Not in a bad place at all. 58 degrees in Nashville, 61 in Columbia, 62 in Clarksville, 54 degrees in Gallatin. This will be our warmest day of the week so far, and it will end up being the warmest day we have for the next 10 days. We're up near 80 later on this afternoon. Coming up as we go into our 7 o'clock half hour, we will time out when temperatures in the morning will go from the 50s and near 60-degree temperature range back down to the 30s. We'll bring out the umbrella. We'll tell you how long the rain is going to last overnight. I'll give you a general timeline right now is midnight to 7 a.m. Coming up, though, in a few moments when we go to 7 o'clock, a new look at Future Track, the intensity of the wind, how much rain we will see. We're going to put it all together for you as we become the only live and local news source from 7 o'clock until 9.
Greg, thank you so much. We just want to be alert and aware. Steer clear traffic update, though, at 6:58. Do want to see what's happening here, okay? Take a look. I-65, 840 junction. This is Williamson County, where you can see a bad incident happening over on the right shoulder there. Lots of flashing lights, so they are responding to the scene, working to clear out the area. But it is certainly creating quite the brake check in this area. In fact, in this, as you get closer, one lane of traffic is being blocked off. So if you want to know the commute time for Spring Hill to downtown on your screen, 50 minutes. We're going to have much more updates on how you can steer clear coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. Well, the owner of a pizza parlor in Texas believes that he was saved by divine intervention. And if you look at this video, you're going to understand why. Okay, he was lighting the oven over at Lily's Pizza when this happened. An explosion. Whoa. Yeah, that explosion knocked him backwards. In fact, he was burned on the right side of his body, including his hands and eyebrows. But y'all, this could have been a whole lot worse. Look again. Whew, there is no word on what exactly caused that explosion, and he's hoping to fix it, though, and get to the bottom of what happened there. Oh, my gosh. Barbie is headed down the aisle, and you could be a part of this. Mattel has teamed up with the bridal industry giant Azazi. Have you heard of Azazi? They're creating a collection of Barbie-inspired wedding gowns, bridesmaid, and flower girl dresses. I know some folks who would like this. Each design, Azazi says, draws inspiration from a vintage Barbie look from over the decades that's going to feature bows, ruffles, and because it's Barbie, you know it has to have plenty of pink. Let's see what's trending really quick over on Fox17.com. We always want to show what stories are really impacting our community, and it is this story, okay? Retracing his steps, we're getting some new information and video regarding Riley Strain. That is the college student who disappeared after leaving a Lower Broadway bar. We're going to have some more updates, including how the ongoing search efforts, how they're shaping up right now.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
We are waking up in a code red weather alert for storms that move in tonight. Now, the timing has not changed all that much since even just yesterday, but how strong they may be has. We'll look at that in the forecast.
In understanding the case and seeking answers, Fox 17 News sitting down with a retired FBI agent to talk about what we know about the disappearance and search for Riley Strain.
You got people walking to their jobs up and down here, and they got to walk through this trash field.
And the high cost of homelessness, some North Nashville residents are sounding off about the flow of trash from nearby homeless camps. We're going to tell you why they say enough is enough.
A lot to get to, but first, let's thank you for waking up with us here on a busy Thursday morning on Fox 17 News. I'm Erica Glover.
And I am Justin McFarland. Fox 17 News, of course, your only live and local news source with you from 7 until 9. Jen Waddell has the day off.
Well, Fox 17 News, we're in a code red weather alert for a line of storms that's going to arrive late tonight into early Friday morning.
Yeah, Greg Bobus has been watching the radar here and has the very latest updates.
Yeah, radar, nothing on it here locally right now. Won't be all day long. That's fine. But tonight it's going to change very quickly. It's going to move in very quickly. You will go from no rain to hearing the wind, the rain, and the thunder very, very quick. So this is your heads up. This is that 18-hour in advance notification of what you're going to have to work through. Overnight thunderstorms definitely in the cards from midnight until 7 a.m., starting in our northwesternmost counties and then making their way through Nashville and then out toward the Cumberland Plateau. That is the timeline that we're working with here. Sunrise looks beautiful right now. You'd never know what's coming. That's why we have to let you know well ahead of time before you go to bed to have ways to get alerts. The Code Red Weather app is a good one. Also, a weather radio. If you've got one, turn it up. Make sure the batteries are good to go just in case you lose power. 1 to 2 inches of rain during that time frame. Main threat going to be damaging wind. Tornado and hail threats are very low, but they're not at zero. Keep that in mind. Again, we've moved the arrow to alert mode. Watch what happens after the rain moves out in the 7-day forecast. We get cold. It's a gradual stair step down. We've taken the entire week to get up to 80 degrees. Now we're back to 70 tomorrow, 66 degrees on Saturday, 63 on Sunday, and then the 50s on Monday and Tuesday. One more note to the forecast for you, nighttime temperatures. We are spoiled right now. Look at the right side of your screen, find your hometown. We have temps that are in the 50s to right near 60 degrees. We'll get one more night right near 60 degrees, and then even the nighttime temperatures fall. So umbrellas tomorrow as you're waking up and getting out the door. I would also set the alarm a little earlier. And then winter coats Monday and Tuesday morning as temperatures fall into the upper 20s and low 30s.
Steer clear traffic at 7:03. Good morning, everybody. Let's take a look at what we're dealing with on I-65 at I-840. This is down in Williamson County at the junction. This is the leftover of a car fire that at one point was blocking the entire interstate. Thankfully, they've gotten it over to the shoulder. Traffic is getting by, and so can you. It's just going to take you a little bit longer than usual. 44 minutes is the drive right now, going down from Spring Hill into downtown. However, that accident we just showed you is actually in the southbound area. So if you're leaving Franklin going towards Spring Hill, you're going to run into that there on the shoulder. This is I-40 at Spence Lane. We just cleared a crash over in this area coming in from the east side. We're going to continue to watch the roads for you, give you your latest drive times coming up in a few.
Just about 7:04 and Fox 17 News following up on breaking news from overnight. We're mapping it out for you right here on the screen. Metro dispatchers confirming 2 shootings are under investigation. The first happened over on Hawkwood Lane around 7 o'clock yesterday, and the second in the 2000 block of Antioch Pike around 10. Right now, details very limited on both of the ongoing investigations, but of course, we'll continue updating this story as we get some more updates.
They're not really telling us a lot, you know. If they have more, they're keeping it tight-lipped right now.
Still trying to figure out exactly what happened to a 22-year-old college student. It's been 6 days now since the last time anyone saw that Missouri University senior Riley Strand. Police are now helping or asking for help for people from across Music City to come together to show support for the family.
And listen, we understand Riley Strand is from Springfield, and folks there gathered with candles in hand to pray for his safe return. Strain was in Nashville, though, for a fraternity formal and was at Luke Bryan's bar with friends before taking off alone. He had too much to drink, his family says, and was supposed to be headed back to his hotel near 8th and Broad. Security camera video caught him several blocks, though, in the opposite direction, unsteady on his feet. So coming up later in our newscast, we're going to reveal the latest information as Fox 17 News' investigative reporter Amanda Chin digs deeper into the search effort.
7:05 is the time. Hoping to create some change and spread awareness in your community, voices for a safer a safer opportunity. They're asking for everyone out there to wear red or link arms in honor to remember those Covenant School victims, a lot of them who lost their lives in that school shooting that happened just last year.
Well, event coordinators say that their goal is to go ahead and form a chain of 13,000 people from Monroe Carroll Jr.'s Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt up through Centennial Park and then end up on Charlotte Avenue to our state capitol.
Now, if you would like to participate in this event, the information is right there on your screen. It's going to happen on March the 27th at 5 p.m.
It's just trash everywhere. You got a guy living in a tent right there.
All right, you heard him. Trash everywhere and the high cost of homelessness now. That upset neighbor walking Fox 73 News you saw through a North Nashville community where he says trash from nearby homeless encampments is now spilling into the streets.
Now, we are talking about that area there just north of downtown. If you look at your screen, this is Brian Barberry. He says that he's a local resident in that area. He brought these concerns to our news team about 2 months ago after failing to get a hold of city leaders. He says since that time, basically nothing has changed. If anything, he says things have gotten worse.
Yeah, so he's talked about the piles of trash that just seem to pack up every day down Doverside Drive. Listen to him speaking here.
I pick up at least 2 bags of trash either every other day or at least 3 times a week. I picked up trash this morning, 2 bags, and now the area where I picked the trash up, there's more trash.
Well, Fox 17 News did reach out to the city councilman for the area, Jennifer Gamble. We reached out to her multiple times to ask if this is on her radar. She has yet to respond to us. We will continue to track this particular story as we continue to monitor the homeless crisis in Nashville. Well, the Tennessee Titans have signed a number of new players overnight as they continue to remake their roster. We're going to show you some of the new faces and how much the Titans will be spending.
Hey, and Fox 17 News and a code red weather alert letting you know to expect some strong storms overnight into early Friday morning. There's also going to be a big dip in temperatures that...
But don't worry, we got this.
At AFS, we'll do a home inspection for free.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Tennessee Home Buyers.
7:10 is the time. Welcome back to Fox 17 News this morning. If you're a Titans fan, you're waking up this morning and the team has changed yet again. Overnight, the Titans have signed several new players to their team, and they had a lot of money to do so. This is Pro Football Focus, their website, as they keep track of how much money teams had to spend on brand new players through free agency. You can see the Titans near the top of the list right there with $75 million worth of money to spend. The Commanders at the top of that list with $81 million, so the Titans in second place, and they have started to spend some of that money indeed. A lot of that went to this player right here, Calvin Ridley, coming over from the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's a standout wide receiver with over 1,000 yards receiving just last year alone for Jacksonville. Before that, he played with the Atlanta Falcons. The other thing that the Titans did is they signed a brand new backup quarterback. This is Mason Rudolph. If that name sounds familiar, it's because he was the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers for the last number of years, both in and out. He's been with the Steelers a couple of different times, and now he has signed a one-year deal to be the backup quarterback with the Tennessee Titans. Now, in a few weeks ago, before the combine began, Brian Callahan, the Titans' brand new head coach, talked about what he looks for when it comes to a quarterback.
I look for 3 things: decision-making, timing, and accuracy. And if you have those things and you're tough, generally speaking, you can find a way to work at the quarterback position. But it's not an exact science. Everybody looks for things differently. But I do think everyone's realized that there's a lot of different ways the position can be played.
Now, coming up in a few minutes, we're going to be hearing about the impact that he's hoping players like Calvin Ridley can have. They're also talking about the impact of the kicker. Nick Folk is going to be returning to the Titans for yet another season. Last year was his first year with the Titans. He decided to test free agency, but after a few hours on the block, he decided Tennessee is where he wanted to be.
Let's take a look at your forecast here. The red lights are on. We are in a Fox 17 Code Red weather alert for tonight into tomorrow. Your Thursday, perfect. 80 degrees, a mix of sun and clouds this afternoon. So let's focus on when everything changes. This is our severe weather outlook for overnight tonight into tomorrow. All of us shaded in the green, almost the entire viewing area is in a category 1. You want the number to be a 0 if possible, meaning no threat, but a 1 is the lowest on the scale. A couple of strong storms cannot be ruled out. Now, this is going to be a line of storms that moves in from northwest and then spreads down toward the southeast overnight. And as it does so, we're all going to get rain, we're all going to get wind, and a lot of us are going to get even the potential for some small-sized hail. As far as today goes, nothing to worry about but a couple of clouds. This wants to give you a few little specks of green. I'm not buying into showers today, and if you get a raindrop, that's pretty much all it's going to end up accounting to. But here is midnight. Midnight takes us into 2 a.m. See what I mean by a line of storms that moves in? This initial push where everything is green and red, that is the area where we have the best chance to work into a few strong storms.
Steer clear traffic takes us down to I-65 and I-840. We'll tell you about the leftovers of an overnight car fire coming up in a few. Plus, taking control of your physical well-being as March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month. We're going to be talking with a local doctor.
Only when you buy more, you save more with up to $1,000 off your purchase. Or finance your new furniture with a low monthly payment and 0% interest for 7 years. Shop your local Ashley store today.
Welcome back. Time right now is 7:16. We're tracking our next weather maker. Bottom right-hand side of your screen. It's not here yet, but we are code red for rain overnight tonight. We'll get to your forecast in a few minutes.
All right, Greg, thank you so much. Well, in this morning's Health Matters, the number of colon cancer cases in patients under the age of 50 is starting to increase across the country.
And March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. So joining us this morning, right beside us, Dr. Keith Hollister. You are a colorectal surgeon who works with the Sarah Cannon Cancer Institute over at TriStar Centennial. So first, want to ask you, Dr. Hollister, how important, how crucial is early detection?
Early detection is absolutely the key to making it through colon cancer. We know that stage for stage, survival improves, people live longer, it's much more treatable when we catch it in early stages. And when we implement early detection, screening colonoscopies, some sort of screening for colon rectal cancer, we certainly, it can be a preventable disease. Mm-hmm. It's the very nice thing about it. So we can't stress and stress the importance of early screening.
Yeah. When should you start screening? Is there an age, or are there things you start feeling that says maybe I should go get myself checked out?
So there are two types of colonoscopies. There are screening colonoscopies and diagnostic colonoscopies. When we refer to screening colonoscopies, everybody has always heard it was the age 50, but in the last few years they have changed that age. The U.S. Preventative Services Task Force, American Cancer Society, have recommended age 45, which is now what most insurance companies are allowing you to do screening colonoscopies. Diagnostic colonoscopies really can be at any age, and we do those when we're talking about people who have alarm symptoms, things like bleeding, a change in bowel function, unexplained weight loss, unexplained anemia. It gives us an opportunity to go in there maybe earlier than the screening ages, because we can see colon cancer in younger and younger ages.
Let me ask you a quick question, Dr. Hollister. You know, we talked about this during the break. Getting one is kind of, well, not fun. And some people are just scared.
Most people don't want to sign up for it. There are a variety of reasons. Some of them are cultural. Some of them they're scared of a complication. They're scared of the anesthesia. But honestly, it's a wonderful nap when you you can talk about doing your colonoscopy. But the benefits that we get from early screening and the ability to detect colon cancer at an early stage, or even in many cases, prevent it. Mm-hmm. When you find these polyps, you take them off.
Dr. Hollister, I like how you put that. A wonderful nap.
Yeah, it is the best.
Some people are afraid to find out too, and that's the other thing about it here. So again, Dr. Keith Hollister is here with us this morning. He is a colon cancer expert and doctor here. And again, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Now to the forecast, 7:19 at your time here, and this is going to be an overnight event for sure. Midnight to 7 a.m. You're going to be hearing some rumbles of thunder. You're going to get a lot of rain that comes down very quickly too. 1 to 2 inches of rain are possible. Thunder, lightning, check and check. Now it comes down to how strong is the wind. Damaging wind gusts are the things that we have to watch out for most carefully. Tornado threat, not at 0. Hail threat, not at 0, but way down on the scale. That really would be a wind event if we got that strong enough wind gust momentum overnight. Taking a look, temperatures right now, 56 degrees in Nashville, 58 in Dickson, 61 in Columbia, 57 in Tullahoma. This is a morning. It's very abnormal, and then we're going to get back to reality over the weekend. Then we turn the clock back a little bit to some winter-like temperatures for the beginning of next week. Take a look here at the 7-day forecast and what's coming your way. 80 degrees today, 70 degrees tomorrow, 66 on Saturday, 63 on Sunday. Get the winter coat back out, y'all. Sunday night into Monday and Monday night into Tuesday, we're stuck back in the 30s.
Steer clear traffic out there for you this morning quickly. I-65 and I-840 down in Williamson County. This is where we were watching that vehicle fire from earlier in the morning. It's completely gone. You would never even know it was there. Out of here at this point. So great news. Here is the scene that we just picked up at I-40 at Spence Lane, just east of downtown. 2 lanes shut down now because of a disabled vehicle there on the shoulder. They've got to try to work that out and get it from one side of the road to the other. It looks like they're trying to do that now, shutting down the interstate in the process of doing so anyway. There it is. Interstate shut down temporarily so they can move the accident from one side of the road to the other. So now that they've done that, hopefully traffic can start streaming again out there as normal. We're going to take a look at the latest drive times we've got for you coming up here in the next few minutes.
Also ahead, we're going to take a look at the cost of illegal immigration, the plan to track what is costing Tennessee taxpayers and why lawmakers want this information.
Also under investigation.
Those Sarah trucks, they drive me wild.
Good morning, time right now, 7:23. Taking a look at your forecast out the door, 50s to right near 60. Enjoy, please, and really enjoy what's on your screen. 80 degrees later on this afternoon. This is about 20 degrees warmer than we're supposed to be this time of the year. We've been climbing that mountain all week long, and now this is the warmest we're going to get for the next 10 days. A couple little hints of some summer out there. A pop-up shower cannot be ruled out, but just keep that in mind here. Sunset, 6:54 for us later on today. And from sunrise, which we're already past, all the way through sunset, there's not much we have to worry about. Taking a look at our Code Red weather app is the best place you can go to find Doppler radar updates. You can also get updates when it comes to severe weather. That'll help you alert you overnight tonight. Midnight to 7 a.m. is when our storms move in.
Greg, thank you. At 7:24 in our Steer Clear traffic update, do want to take you east of downtown, okay? Look at your screen. This is I-40 at Spence Lane. You see lots of flashing lights. They are pulled over on the shoulder. There is some kind of crash that is causing a brake check in this area. So you can see that one lane of traffic is trying to go around whatever is happening here. A crash in this area. Again, I-40 Spence Lane. This is east of downtown. Do give yourself a little bit of time as they work to get this area cleared up. We're going to give you the detours and how you can steer clear in the coming minutes for our Steer Clear traffic reports. Well, customers at Monell's of the Manor, they are rallying behind the community that says that, yeah, they may have to shut their doors for good for that particular Donaldson location. Right now, though, Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar joining us with an update and how folks are getting involved and trying to really support this restaurant. Karen.
Good morning. Yes, there's an overwhelming amount of support to help save Monell's at the Manor behind me. Take a look at this sign. It says help save the Manor. And the dinner yesterday was just a part of that cause. This comes after Metro Council passed a resolution to help save it. The B&A Airport wants to demolish the historic mansion and build a runway where it's currently standing. The lease is up at the end of next month with no intent of renewing it. Yesterday, as I mentioned, there was a dinner. It included community members and leaders, including District 13's Councilman Russ Bradford, who says that Monell's owner, Michael King, and himself are asking for more time, an additional year even. That way they can move the building. A ton of people came by the dinner to support the plea.
Amazing turnout. It just shows you how much the community is behind us. Council members have been here. We got music. It was just a time to just reflect, hoping that there's still a chance and yet coming together for a good cause.
I reached out to the B&A spokesperson to find out if they will have an alternative route to that runway, and also if they plan to give Monell's at the Manor additional time. It's early still, so we haven't heard back yet. Reporting live, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Karen, thank you. For more updates on their efforts, go to fox17.com. After the break, we're going to check back in on this live scene, I-40 Spence Lane, how you can steer clear.
Force Roofing Systems, providing protection against the storm, today and every day.
The Good Feet Store, improving people's lives 2 feet at a time.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Closing on 7:30 in Fox 17 News and a Code Red weather alert. Bright sunshine in 50s right now, but overnight tonight, the next weather maker moves in. I'll time it in just moments.
Steer clear traffic. We're still dealing with a bit of a slowdown on I-40 near Spence Lane. We'll take you there in the next few minutes.
And taking advantage of tourists and local residents. A warning from police as you prepare for your next visit downtown. Thank you so much for waking up with us here on a Thursday morning. For Fox 17 News, I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Justin McFarland. Fox 17 News is your only live and local source with you for news, traffic, and weather. 7 until 9. Jen Waddell has the day off. We've gone Code Red here inside of our studios, and that is because of an approaching weather system. Greg Bopus has got the details.
This will be an overnight system that moves in from midnight to 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Daylight hours look great, then everything changes, and it changes fast. Incoming showers and storms, and then the potential for severe weather has gone up just enough to where we have to go Code Red, and we go Code Red to give you the heads up. There's no sense in doing it right when the event's happening, so here's your warning that overnight we're going to have heavy rainfall, 1 to 2 inches of rain. Small size hail, limited threat there, but wind. This is mainly a wind event as it moves in. If we get any severe weather, likely would be straight line wind. Tornado threat is not zero, but it's also not anything where I'm really worried about tornadoes overnight. We'll keep our eyes on it, of course, but just know that we have no worries until after sunset. That's when the Code Red system moves in. That is why we have shifted the arrow over. Overnight storms, even when they're not severe, can still be triggering. They can catch you off guard. They can kind of worry you a little bit. What I would do is get the Fox 17 Code Red weather app. That's going to help you out because then if you have alerts to your phone turned on for your location, you'll be able to get those alerts. And that way, if your phone doesn't go off, it means just regular thunderstorm activity outside. 56 degrees right now in Nashville, 58 in Dickson. We're still in the 60s in some spots. Sun's been up around a half hour. Give it a couple hours. Look what we push to aim here today and tomorrow in the 7-day forecast. 80 degrees today, 70 degrees tomorrow. Weekend, not bad, but definitely continuing the cooling, and that includes nighttime temperatures. We'll go for a high of 66 on Saturday, 63 on Sunday. Overnight temperatures, Sunday night into Monday morning and Monday night into Tuesday morning are right back to winter coat weather. We'll be half as warm as we are right now when you wake up on Tuesday.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning at 7:32. Quick look out there at I-40 at Spence Lane. This is just east of downtown. We've been dealing with a bit of a slowdown out there because of a crash from earlier in the morning. Police are there. They've moved the crash from one side of the road to the other, and so that hopefully should help out the drive time. But right now, this is what you are looking at. Let's talk about 65 north of town at Trinity Lane. Typical slowdown in that direction. Keep in mind, spring break is out there, so it is making sure that the traffic levels at least are a little bit lighter in Metro Nashville. Other school systems are in, though, this week. We'll give you a complete look at the drive times coming up in the next few minutes.
Right now, though, making headlines is the ongoing search for the missing 22-year-old out of Mizzou. We're talking about Riley Strain, a senior from the University of Missouri, last seen visiting Nashville. It happened last week.
Yeah, investigators say he has not been seen or heard from since Friday night. Fox 17 News' Amanda Chen joins us live here in the studio with the efforts to try and retrace his steps to get some answers.
Good morning, Erica and Justin. It's been almost a week since officers say bouncers kicked Riley Strain out of Luke Bryan's 32 bar on Broadway, with family and friends still desperately trying to figure out where he is and what happened to him. Now, the latest we've heard, the family tells us a homeless person did identify Riley as walking through a camp Friday night. Now, also, the Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission is looking to see if Strain was overserved and if any violations occurred. Now, so far, the college senior has been caught on surveillance cameras several times. One video from downtown Smoke and Vape Shop shows Strain stumbling and walking along Church Street. The second video from the same shop shows Strain falling as he's running. Metro Police also released footage of Strain walking across the street. Now, if you take a closer look, this is the route the family believes he took. If you take a look here on your screen, you can see he started here at Luke's 32 Bridge. He walked up 3rd Avenue North, took a right onto Church Street, and this is the video where Metro Police released where he's walking across First onto Gay Street, and the last we know of from the family is that he's seen walking on Gay Street. Now, Riley Strain's father tells Fox 17 News that there has been no activity so far on his bank account.
Put out of the bar by himself, and there was a time that went by that his friend wasn't able to get out. We believe they were taking care of their bar tab or whatnot. By the time they got outside, he just wasn't there. We're doing as best we can. You know, you can keep the hope, and it just keeps you going.
Now, Strain, as you've seen in the photos, is a white male about 6'5" and was last seen wearing a black and brown button-up shirt, blue jeans, brown boots, and a black Apple Watch. Police are asking you to call 615-862-8600 if you may have seen Strain. But for now, reporting live in the studio, I'm Amanda Chen, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Amanda, thank you. In Operation Crime and Justice, we have a lot of visitors and locals in town for the men's SEC basketball tournament, which is why we want to make sure you know this story. Officers are issuing a warning for anyone visiting the downtown area.
That's because of a man who is accused of preying on intoxicated people who are downtown. Now, Joshua Ray Cloyd is wanted on 9 outstanding warrants for theft. Police say that he steals phones, wallets, and credit cards. Officers believe there are more victims than they know about at this point.
Yeah, if you recognize him or maybe have someone you know that's been impacted, you were asked to call Crime Stoppers.
So we want to hear from you on our X poll that we have put out. Are you worried or concerned about your safety when you go downtown, especially to Lower Broadway? According to the online poll we've gotten up right now, around 850 people have responded. 43% of you say yes, another 23% of you say no, and another 32% of you say you simply do not go down to Lower Broadway.
Just about 7:37, Fox 17 News letting you know we are in a code red weather alert. We're taking a live look at the Nashville skyline. It looks sunny out there, but listen.
250 on the house. Oak Grove Racing, Gaming, and Hotel. All kinds of awesome.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Eurostone.
We've got continuing coverage this morning as we're taking a deeper look into a popular Midtown bar. We're talking about the Tin Roof. That is where bouncers are now facing some criminal charges after they say they put one man in the hospital.
And now Nashville Mayor Freddie O'Connell plans to look into ways to make people feel safer, not only when they're downtown, but throughout Nashville, he says. Fox 17 News' Peyton Muse joining us live where this took place with an update. Good morning, Peyton.
Good morning, Erica and Justin. So the bouncer that we're talking about used to work right here at Tin Roof, and police say a fight happened when the former bouncer, Richard Cornelius, did not let Austin Turner back into the bar right through these doors. Police say the security guard, 36-year-old Richard Cornelius, is accused of hitting Austin Turner when he tried to get back inside of the bar on Demumbrian back in February. After weeks in the hospital, Turner's family took him off life support. This is not the first time something like this has happened. If you can recall, summer of 2021, 22-year-old Dallas Barrett died at the hands of security guards at another bar, Whiskey Row, which is on Broadway. There's a law that's a direct response to Dallas Barrett's death. It's called Dallas's Law, which requires security guards to complete de-escalation training, safe restraint, and first aid. Mayor Freddie O'Connell says he remembers when Dallas Barrett died at Whiskey Row while he was on Metro Council.
We are constantly looking at ways to keep everyone safe that's enjoying, whether it's in the entertainment district or other establishments outside of or near downtown.
Mayor O'Connell says although the new Safe Bar initiative targets keeping women safe when going to bars, He's going to work with the Office of Nightlife to see what the city can do to keep everyone safe.
We'll go back and look at that. I'm not sure sitting here today what our actual regulatory authority is for the bouncer scenario, but it's something we'll raise with Benton and his staff at the Office of Nightlife.
Richard Cornelius faces aggravated assault charges and was let out on bond. Now, we've been talking with the DA's office, and they say that they're going to keep us in the loop on when and if those charges will go up. So stick with us at fox17.com for the latest. Reporting live on Music Row, Peyton Hughes, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Peyton, thank you. Do want to make sure you understand Fox 17 News. We are in a code red weather alert, not for what you're going to see during the day, because it's sunny, it's warm, it's what's to come. That's the concern overnight into early Friday morning. Take a look at your screen for the weather story. So like I said, the daylight hours looking great. It's the oncoming storms, okay, that do set up the potential for severe weather. When we talk about that, we also understand a cold front is arriving late Thursday night into early Friday morning. The damaging wind, the hail, all of that is possible as we talk about your Friday morning commute. We'll have your full forecast with our Code Red meteorologist Greg Bobus in a couple of minutes.
Well, coming up on Fox 17 News this morning, we'll have a look at your drive times as you take a look at I-40 at Spence Lane.
Chemicals used to make firefighting foam, or AFFF, are highly toxic to humans and have been associated with cancer. Call Bart Durham today for a free consultation.
Breaking news this morning when it comes to entertainment news. We have just learned the initial lineup for this year's CMA Fest in downtown Nashville. We're having a heated debate here in the studio about, all the popular artists there are. So take a look right here on your screen for the CMA Fest lineup that has now been released. By the way, this is the longest running country music festival in the world. Nightly shows at Nissan Stadium are going to include performances from artists like Kelsea Ballerini, Luke Bryan, Jelly Roll, Keith Urban, Brothers Osborne, and so much more. By the way, there are 5 outdoor stages that are going to feature other artists like Abby Anderson, Uncle Kracker, and Thompson Square. The festival runs through June 6th through the 9th, and you can find a full list of artists by going to fox17.com.
But there's been a lot of history that's happened here. U.S. presidents have dined here, Hollywood stars have dined here. There's a lot of value to the community to have for this building.
Well, Metro Council has passed a non-binding resolution asking the airport authority to try and preserve the historic mansion there that is Monell's at the mansion, as a lot of people are still fighting to keep the restaurant open and that history alive. Fox 17 News is out there with Karen Aguilar, who's got the very latest on the effort to try and save Monell's at the manor.
Good morning, Justin. That's right. The dinner comes after Metro Council passed a resolution to try to preserve the historic mansion. And just a few moments ago, we saw several cars coming down this road behind me just in time for breakfast. This is a place that the community loves and is rallying behind. But this may be one of the few more breakfasts they'll have until the end of next month. The B&A Airport wants to build a runway where the building is currently standing. Yesterday, the dinner welcomed many in support of saving Monell's at the manor. It included Monell's owner, Michael King, and District 13's Councilman Russ Bradford.
Yeah, right now the airport is still refusing to allow additional time. That's pretty much the big thing that Mr. King and myself have been asking for, is just an additional year that gives Mr. King and Monell's time to see if there's a way to move the building and save the building.
I contact B&A spokesperson to figure out if they do plan to give Monell's at the manor a little bit more time in order for them to be able to relocate. It's early. We still haven't heard back yet. Reporting live in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
All right, Karen, thank you so much. Greg, it's sunny outside. It's warm today. It's going to be beautiful, but then things do take a turn.
Today, picture perfect. Tomorrow, a completely different weather pattern starts. We'll go from showers and storms overnight tonight. That's why we're code red right now, to a much cooler pattern for the weekend, and that cooling continues into next week. Next week, Monday and Tuesday, won't even be as warm in the middle of the afternoon as we are right now. We're at 56 in Nashville. Today is carefree. But the showers that are going to start to pop up here late in the day, and then that rain chance is best overnight tonight into your Friday. Daylight hours looking good here. Heavy rain with a low severe chance, but it's there and it's enough to where we have to be code red to give you that heads up to what's coming in our direction. A few more hometown temperatures. When they're this nice, you got to show them off. Take a look. 62 in Clarksville, 63 in Hopkinsville. Touch cooler out toward the Cumberland Plateau. Always is this time of the year. Just a little bit of elevation can drop down temperature quite a bit for you. 46 in McMinnville, 52 in Crossville. Still nice. I mean, we'll still take that over 20s and 30s that we had to begin the week. Live look over downtown. You would never know we had code red weather coming your way unless you're following up with the forecast. And that's what we're doing, and that's why every day this week we've talked about tonight being that big day to watch. A lot of kids are still on a spring break, but a lot of folks still had to make their way to the bus stops. And when the kids get home later today, they're spoiled with an 80-degree day here in the middle of March. Things are looking good. 7-day forecast does see that downtick in temperature. 70 degrees tomorrow, 60s on Saturday and Sunday. Monday and Tuesday, we hit the bottom of the forecast here for the next 10 days. 30s to wake up on Monday and Tuesday, and 50 if we're lucky Monday into Tuesday. So what this means is we're going to go from 80 degrees today to about 30 degrees in just over 72 hours worth of time. That is a 50-degree temperature drop in just 3 days, and that weather maker that moves in tonight, damaging wind and potential hail are the two things that we have to watch. We're going to look at it on Future Track for you here coming up in a few. We get a brand new look at it. It comes in right around 8 o'clock this morning. Until then, we'll hone in on the weekend a little bit more in about 5 minutes.
Steer clear traffic out there for you. Let's get to I-40 at 46th Avenue as you make that drive in from the west side of town. As you can see, traffic is backed up just a little bit there. It's just for a very short stretch there. Most of the drive is doing fine coming in from West Nashville. But if you're coming in from Bellevue, back through Fairview, places like that, this is the little rough spot you're hitting here around I-440 and I-40 where they meet. Other than that, we're good to go as you get out and about. Here are your overall drive times this morning. Franklin at 28 minutes. Murfreesboro 61 minutes in from Butterford County. 33 minutes in from the north side from Hendersonville. No major crashes to tell you about, though, that's holding you up. If anything, it's just congestion.
Okay, let's talk about sports. The hometown team, Vanderbilt, facing the Arkansas Razorbacks in the SEC tournament yesterday. And the hard-fought game came down to overtime. Not a good one, though.
Not for the Commodores, 12-7, and walk away with the 90-85 victory. They will move on. Keep in mind, Vanderbilt finishes the season at 9-23. There's a lot of questions about the future of their head coach, Jerry Stackhouse. We'll see what the university decides to do.
And it is that time of the year where Cheekwood's annual flower show is underway. And we're talking about Cheekwood in bloom. Fox 17 Code Red meteorologist Brett Luna gives you a look at this really popular event.
We're out here at Cheekwood today, and this is a big time of year for them. They got an awesome event that is going on right now. And to tell us a little bit more about this, I've got Peter right here beside me. He's with Cheekwood. And Peter, when I first came in here, just looking at everything, it was beautiful. What exactly do y'all have going on right now here at Cheekwood?
You're looking at over 250,000 spring flowering bulbs, kind of anchored by the tulips and the hyacinths, which look great and smell great in the color garden here, and then surrounded by more bulbs in our permanent collections of daffodils, just trying to welcome in spring with all of our friends and neighbors.
Perfect. And how long did it take y'all to plant all these bulbs?
It takes a team of about 10 or 12 gardeners 6 weeks to plant the bulbs. Between the 1st of November, we try and wrap it up before the holidays.
Gotcha. And I know just a couple of nights ago here in Nashville, we dropped just below freezing. Did that light freeze have any effect on y'all's tulips?
No. The light frost isn't going to affect the bulbs of the tulips at Cheekwood, so come out and see them. They're not going to affect your bulbs at the house.
Awesome.
They'll droop a little bit in the morning when it's cold, and they don't enjoy it any more than we do, but then they'll spring right back up with the warmth and the summer.
Perfect.
And the sunlight.
All right, and just real quick too, if people want to get tickets to come out here and visit, how do they do that?
Always start online. Buy your tickets online, make reservations. Members need to make reservations. So cheekwood.org is the best and most consistent source of information.
All right, and last thing, how much longer is the tulip, park going to be going on? April, what'd you say?
Through Sunday, April 14th.
April 14th.
We're tracking warmer and earlier than we have in years past, so we're encouraging people to come out sooner than later. The daffodils are peak right now. This week can be a great time to come out and see all the daffodils, and then come out in the next 2-3 weeks for sure.
Perfect. Well, there you heard it, everybody. Come out this weekend, but if you can't make it out this weekend, you have until April the 14th to come out here and see all these blooms going on at Cheekwood right now. Reporting here in Cheekwood, Brett Luna, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Brett, thank you. I love all the blooms. The spike in demand for home mortgage, why it could be short-lived.
Plus, we've got the very latest on things happening right here in the Mid-State. For instance, Dan and Shay bringing their show to Bridgestone Arena. That show is coming up here on March the 21st. By the way, if you're in for some serious funk going on, KC and the Sunshine.
Big discounts, low 1.9% financing for 5 years, and powertrain for life with your new Nissan here at North Nashville's Nissan of Rivergate in Madison.
Coming up on 7:57, almost 2/3 of fourth graders in the United States struggle to read at grade level. That's why Fox 17 and our parent company, St. Clair Broadcasting, are partnering up with Reading is Fundamental to support children's literacy. Just scan the QR code there at the bottom of your screen, and it will take you over to our virtual book drive.
7:57. Look at the weekend because that's when temperatures do begin to change for us. Today we'll be up to 80, but Saturday 66 degrees, 63 on Sunday. Limited rain chances, so that's good. Winter coats by Monday, but also this weekend, since St. Patrick's Day is on Sunday, a lot of events happening on your Saturday instead, including the Nashville St. Patrick's Day Parade. That'll be at East Nashville. It's at 10 a.m. A little bit on the cool side, but not all that bad. 52 degrees at 9 a.m., 54 at 10, and 57 degrees at 11 o'clock.
Stay clear traffic out there for you this morning. Let's take a good look at what we're facing out there at I-65 at Vietnam Veterans Boulevard. As you can see, traffic there in that area is moving along really, really nicely. Smooth ride for you this morning in both directions. We are looking at nothing on the interstates that's going to slow you up in a significant way. Just a lot of congestion depending on where you go. We're going to have your latest drive times, but in all honesty, things are very tame as you get out and about there this morning.
Moments ago, we talked about CMA Fest here in Music City, but the CMT Awards, they're announcing now their Music Award nominees. This year's nominees do include Kelsey Ballerini, who is also hosting the event, alongside Jelly Roll, Reba, Dan and Shay, and Casey Musgraves.
Now, fans can pick their favorites online right now at CMT.com. By the way, the event takes place Sunday, April the 7th, and it takes place in Austin, Texas. They left Nashville a few years ago.
Yeah, and the economy, good news about mortgage rates. All right, hopefully I caught your attention there. The Mortgage Bankers Association says the average for a 30-year fixed rate declining to 6.8%. As the average dropped, applications to purchase a home or refinance both have increased. But with a hotter than expected inflation report for February, rates are poised to inch up once again.
Well, Dollar Tree says it is seeing shoppers spending less in their stores now than they were before. Because of that, it says it plans to close around 600 struggling locations across the country. They also say another 370 Family Dollars will be closing over the next several years as their leases expire. Now, Dollar Tree says its earnings and forecasts are a little disappointing as well. It says people are shopping more, but they're spending less in their store. Less per customer is what they're talking about. So there's a possibility that some of those Dollar Trees might be disappearing as well. Keep in mind, Dollar Tree and Family Dollar, I think a lot of them owned by the same companies that are out there. So we'll see exactly what these stores decide to do as our 8 o'clock hour gets going right now.
You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
Waking up at a Fox 17 Code Red weather alert, not for what's happening right now, but couldn't be nicer to start your day tonight into tomorrow. I'm tracking storms in your forecast.
Plus, understanding the case and seeking answers. Fox 17 News sitting down with a retired FBI agent to talk about what we know regarding the disappearance and search efforts for Riley Strain.
Steer clear traffic takes us to I-24 Waldron Road out there in Rutherford County. Looking really nice out there this morning. Fairly light traffic. We're going to tell you what the reasons behind some of this could be coming up in a few minutes.
Yeah, I like the look of that. Thank you so much for waking up with us here on a Thursday morning. For Fox 17 News, I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Justin McFarland. Fox 17 News is your only local news source, live with you from 7 until 9.
Well, you see the red lights are on. We are in a code red weather alert for a line of storms not happening during the day, but more so overnight, Greg.
Yeah, that's the case here. The entire day's fine. Make your plans, go do what you want. Even this evening, not bad. 70s up to 80 this afternoon. Wow. And then tonight we switch everything over. We get back to cooler temperatures. We bring in some thunderstorms and some shower activity. Severe potential has gone up in the last 12 hours. That has us with the red lights on. That has us in code red. The timing is everything, though. Overnight, midnight to 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, storms track in from northwest to southeast. What that means is during a good portion of tomorrow morning's drive time, there'll be rain coming down, if not thunderstorms rolling through portions of Middle Tennessee. 1 to 2 inches of rain comes down in a very quick 6-hour period. The main threat, though, is going to be damaging wind. Much lower threats for any tornado potential or any hail that we have to worry about. So that's at least good. If you want to have an event that comes through, straight line wind, you can plan for it a little bit better because you know and you can watch that line moving in your direction and know when to get away from the windows and such. Take a look. 60 right now in Nashville, 59 degrees in Dickson, 61 in Columbia. So temperatures here are warmer. Listen to this. Temperatures right now are warmer than what we're going to be for the afternoon highs going into Monday and Tuesday. Let's take a look here. Extended forecast. 80 degrees today, 70 tomorrow, 66 on Saturday, 51 on Monday. You get the idea. Every 2 days we lose about 10 to 15 degrees worth of high temperatures. And you're going to wake up Monday and Tuesday with temps in the low 30s.
8:02 is the time. Taking a look at your steer clear traffic out there for you. Let's get you to I-24 Waldron Road, and from Rutherford County, things are looking really nice. Normally, this is a really slow go at this particular point in the day. Not now. We're looking really nice as you get out there, which is fantastic news. This may be due in part because of spring break. Whenever we do have spring break, and it's not spring break in Rutherford County, I want to make that clear. It's spring break for Metro Nashville, but they do have an impact there as a lot less parents have to get up and about and move around when that is happening. So when school is not in session. So light traffic this morning there in Rutherford County, right on the Davison-Rutherford County line. We'll continue to watch things for you, let you know whatever it is that we find.
Right now, though, at 8:03, we're also following breaking news from overnight, mapping it out for you right here on the screen. Metro dispatchers confirming 2 shootings are under investigation. The first happened over on Hawkwood Lane around 7 o'clock last night. The second in the 2000 block of Antioch Pike around 10 o'clock. Right now, the details very limited on both of the ongoing investigations. Of course, we'll continue updating you as we get more details.
They're not really telling us a lot. You know, if they have more, they're keeping it tight-lipped right now.
Well, they're still trying to figure out exactly what happened. It has now been 6 days since anyone last saw the University of Missouri senior Riley Strain. Right now, people across the city are trying to come together to show support for the family. Now, Riley Strain is from Springfield, Missouri, and people there gathered with their candles to pray for him. As you take a look from that scene overnight, they are praying for his safe return. Strain was in Nashville for a fraternity formal. He was at Luke Bryan's bar with friends. They say he had a little bit too much to drink. He was supposed to be going back to the hotel near 8th and Broadway. But security camera video caught him several blocks in the opposite direction, very unsteady on his feet. Coming up a little bit later, we are going to reveal the latest information as Fox 17 News' Amanda Chen is digging deeper into the situation. Well, hoping to create change and spread awareness, Voices for a Safer Tennessee is now asking the community to wear red and link arms in honor of the memory of the Covenant victims from the Covenant school shooting and the hundreds of people who lose their lives every year to what they're calling preventable firearm tragedies. Now, event coordinators say their goal is to form a chain of around 13,000 people from the Monroe Children's Hospital at Vanderbilt all the way through Centennial Park, up MLK towards Charlotte Avenue, and all the way down to the state capitol. If you would like to participate in this event, the information is right there on your screen. It's going to take place March the 27th at 5 p.m.
We're also talking about breaking news when it comes to entertainment. We have just learned the initial lineup for this year's CMA Fest, always so popular in downtown Nashville. Now listen, this is the longest running country music festival in the world, and they made the lineup announcement a couple of minutes ago. nightly shows, I should say, at Nissan Stadium are going to include performances from artists like Kelsea Ballerini, Brothers Osborne, Jelly Roll, Luke Bryan, and Keith Urban. There are 5 other outdoor stages that will then feature artists like Abby Anderson, Uncle Kracker, and Thompson Square. By the way, the festival runs through June 6th to the 9th. You can find a full list of artists on our website, fox17.com, and even us, some of our Fox 17 News talent, going to be out there at those stages.
Well, let's talk a little football. The Tennessee Titans made a splash overnight, signing a number of new players. We're going to tell you about the players that will be coming to Nashville and how much money the Titans spent.
Plus, we're continuing our Fox 17 News Code Red weather alert. I know it's a lovely day, very sunny out there. Looks great. This is the view of Nissan Stadium.
Or get a king mattress for the price of a queen on select mattresses. Shop your local Ashley store today.
You're watching Fox 17 WZTV Nashville.
.09 is the time here on this Thursday morning. Well, you went to sleep last night, you woke up. The Tennessee Titans are a fairly different team. They made some moves overnight. Now, the Titans had a lot of money to spend as free agency in the NFL began just yesterday. The Titans, one of the top spenders, and they had a lot of money to do some things with. $75 million, second in the entire league as far as how much money they had to spend to players out there and available on the free agency market, and they did just that. One of their main targets is this guy right here, Calvin Ridley, coming over from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Last season, he caught for over 1,000 yards, 1,016 yards for the young man from Alabama. He played with the Falcons before coming over to play with the Jacksonville Jaguars. 8 touchdowns last year. The Titans are hoping to pair him with last year's standout receiver, and that would be DeAndre Hopkins. He too had over 1,000 yards receiving last year, 7 touchdowns in his case. So the Titans are hoping that this will be their new dynamic duo as they're looking to reform their offense. Now, the Titans also caught a little bit of this new wave here. They heard from their head coach, Brian Callahan, who talked about exactly why speed will be so critical to what they want to do.
Team speed, you can never have enough of it. So we'll be looking for plenty of it. I think we need to be faster. We need to be more explosive. That's always going to be part of it. And you always want to have a good mix. You're going to have guys that can win in the physical battles, in the 50-50 balls, in the contested catch range. But you also need guys that can stretch the field and threaten the defense. And those are things that we'll be looking for, obviously, in the free agency and draft process coming up.
And that was a big reason why Calvin Ridley was one of their big targets. He also signed Tony Pollard to replace, of course, Derrick Henry, who went to be with the Baltimore Ravens. Now, they also signed another player last night, and that is this guy right back here, Mason Rudolph. He's going to be the brand new backup quarterback for the Titans. He's coming over from the Pittsburgh Steelers. It is likely he's going to replace Malik Willis as the Titans' backup QB behind Will Levis.
And here we are at 8:11, and looking at your forecast, we are on a code red weather alert for what happens tonight into tomorrow. Today, soak up what sunshine we can get, and then the clouds take over late in the day. This is a new look at future tracks, still wanting to bring in an isolated weak shower or two afternoon toward the evening hours, mainly in our western counties. Can't rule it out, so just know that, but it's not a high probability that we see rain until well after sunset. Here is midnight, still on track to start moving into our northwestern counties. This pulls down to the south and the east, 2 a.m., 4 a.m., and then 6 a.m. So as you are waking up, you're going to have rain coming down across a good chunk of southern Kentucky and middle Tennessee. The thing is, it may also wake you up overnight with the thunder and lightning. Now we're in code red because the possibility of damaging wind as this tracks into the area. You can see right there on your screen, a few showers are going to continue to linger morning into the afternoon, but the code red threat will be that initial line that moves in from midnight to 7 a.m.
Well, coming up on Fox 17 News this morning, we'll have the latest on your traffic. That's I-24, Sam Ridley Parkway in Rutherford County. Things rolling along smoothly. We'll explain the rest in a few. Also, standing together during uncertainty.
We've been breathing this.
Lots of people don't realize that mold feeds off moisture in their crawl space. But don't worry, we got this.
At AFS, we'll do a home inspection for free.
Welcome back. 8:14 is the time. Do want to let you know if you're just now waking up with us, we are in a code red weather alert.
We certainly are. Greg Bob is standing by. It's not today that we're worried about.
No, not at all. I mean, today is honestly a great start. It's the warmest morning we've had so far. It'll be the warmest afternoon we've had so far this week, and then the lights go down and yeah, we bring in some storms overnight. Here's the 3 big bullet points about this specific storm system and why we are code red. We go code red early so you know what's getting to you. Hours in advance. There's no point to issue a weather alert when it's basically already here. So now you have the whole day to plan for what's going to happen. Midnight to 7 a.m. this moves in. It's going to move in from northwest to southeast, and I have a map for you I'm going to show you in about 5 minutes that actually breaks down, kind of chunking apart Middle Tennessee to when it's going to actually arrive in your backyard. But heavy rain for everyone. 1 to 2 inches of rain in about 7 hours. Watch out for areas tomorrow morning that typically get a little low-lying water or low-lying spaces that get some water. Ponding possible for your morning commute. Taking a look, damaging wind, that's the biggest threat we're facing here. But whenever you bring in a big temperature change and any kind of cold front with it, which is what's going to happen, you can never put tornado threats at a 0 or the hail threat at a 0 if we're starting to talk about really big changes. That's nice. I'll get out of the way. Beautiful looking start to the day. At maybe lunchtime, you want to get out there, find a patio, grab a bite, or you're just in the kitchen cooking it up, looking out the window. 71 degrees at 11, 74 degrees at noon, and 77 at 1 p.m. Maybe you can't get time to get out for lunch. Well, take a look what you can do. You can fire up the grill one last time before things get a little unsettled. That forecast going to keep us with temperatures that are going to be in the 70s all throughout this evening. But what is trending early next week is going to be incoming colder air. Let's take a look at it. This is a very big change in temperature. 80 this afternoon, 70 degrees tomorrow, 60s for the weekend, 51 on Monday. We're going to go from 80 to 51 in 3 days. Here's the kicker. We're going to go from 80 degrees for the high today to 32 degrees Sunday night. That's a 50-degree temperature change in about 3 days. That's all coming our way in just the next, 72 hours.
Big changes ahead. All right, thank you. We appreciate that, Greg. Let's take a look at your steer clear traffic. I-65 and I-24 on the north side. As you can see, traffic flowing down from that north side very, very nicely. No big problems there in either direction. If something does change, we'll be sure to let you know. But in all honesty, it's very easy, our traffic day here so far. We had a couple of bumps a little bit earlier in the morning, but the lack of school being in session for thousands of kids means less traffic out there on the road so far this morning.
Well, it's been more than 2 weeks and still there is no sign of Sebastian Rogers. The 15-year-old disappeared back on February 26 and was last seen in the Shackle Island community of Sumner County.
Now the TBI has decided to release new pictures of Sebastian. If you take a look at the screen, you can see them right there. His family and law enforcement do not want you to forget the face that they are looking for as they are actively working to bring him home.
And to see all of our previous reporting on Sebastian Rogers and how you can get involved, go to fox17.com and search Sebastian Rogers.
The community continues to rally behind Monell's at the Manor. This is after the announcement that the location out there on Murfreesboro Pike will likely be shutting their doors very soon.
Our Fox 17 News reporter Karen Aguilar has an update for us.
There is a continued push to help save Monell's at the Manor behind me. Take a look at this sign. It says, "Help save the Manor," and last night's dinner was just a part of it. This comes after the Metro Council passed a resolution to help preserve the historic mansion. Currently, the B&A Airport wants to build a runway where it's standing. They are trying to demolish Monell's at the Manor. The lease is up at the end of next month with no intent of renewing it. Yesterday's dinner, there were community members and leaders, including District 13's Councilman Russ Bradford, who says that Monell's owner, Michael King, and himself are asking for more time, an additional year even. That way they can move the building.
There is plenty of time to get it moved. It's just having that dialogue and that conversation to say, the airport say, okay, we'll give you the building to move. You've got 2 years to move it, because we looked at right on the side of us as a perfect place.
I reached out to the B&A spokesperson to find out if they do have an alternative route for that runway and if they plan to give Monell's at the Manor a little bit more time for them to be able to hopefully relocate. They haven't responded to us yet, but if they do, we will bring you those updates. Reporting in Nashville, Karen Aguilar, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Okay, Karen, thank you. Just about 8:20 and do have an important recall alert. Cashews sold at Walmart could cause life-threatening reactions for those who have allergies. Here's what we know so far. Take a look at your screen. The FDA is recalling 8 1/4 ounce Great Value honey roasted cashews. That's because Walmart leaders say some of them could contain undeclared coconut and milk products. That then could cause serious or life-threatening allergic reactions. The FDA says folks should go ahead and just throw the cashews out or return them to Walmart for a full refund.
Under investigation, we're going to tell you a woman who is behind bars after a deadly road rage shooting that took place last year. We've got the new information coming up in minutes.
And Fox 17 News in a code red weather alert. A severe storm system making its way overnight into early Friday morning.
With big discounts, low 1.9% financing for 5 years, and powertrain for life with your new Nissan here at North Nashville's Nissan of Rivergate in Madison.
8:23, taking a look ahead to today and then the next 72 hours where everything changes piece by piece. 80 degrees this afternoon. Please find at least a little time to get outside and enjoy it because warmest day we've seen so far this week and warmest day we'll have in the next 10 days. Pop-up shower, don't worry about it. You might get a couple of raindrops if you do. Not a sign of things to come. Our code red weather alert is for tonight into tomorrow. So until 6:54 all the way through sunset, nothing to worry about. This evening is the same case as that. But how do you get alerts when you're asleep? Well, for a fire smoke detector. For weather, got to have a quality app. You can go get one right now. Scan the QR code, Fox 17 Code Red Weather app. It gets right to your phone. You put on location notifications. It's only going to go off and beep if you get a warning for your specific county. So if it's counties away, you don't have to worry about it. But if you hear your phone, that's when you know to go find your safe spot and make sure that you know what's coming your way. This weekend, what's coming your way is cooler temperatures. Cool air takes over. 66 degrees on Saturday and 63 on Sunday. Good days to make plans, just not quite as warm as what we've been used to. So kind of what you're going to wear outside will change just a little bit. It'll change drastically going into next week. We're going to talk about which nighttime temperatures will fall into the upper 20s and low 30s. We'll get to that when we go into our 8:30 half hour.
Okay, Greg, thank you. Now to a Fox 17 News update. We want to let you know that police say the woman right behind me was arrested because of a deadly road rage shooting that happened last January. Timothy Fetter was shot to death across from his family's auto shop on Old Hickory Boulevard. Now detectives say 27-year-old Stephanie Hernandez, who we showed you her photo, from Gallatin, is charged with second-degree murder. She is currently being held without bond. Police say they expect, though, to arrest at least one more person for this particular case. State lawmakers are now considering a bill that would require district attorneys to track just how much they spend prosecuting and securing illegal immigrants. Specifically, the sponsor is interested in costs associated with prosecution and housing illegals in county jails and state prisons. Lawmakers say the information could be helpful if the state attorney general decides to sue Uncle Sam over the impact of an open border. The bill was approved in a House committee, but it may be challenged moving forward. By the way, it would cost $2.7 million a year to hire 33 people in order to make this work. After the break, a lot of folks are on spring break, and certainly it shows when we look at our steer clear traffic maps. Not a lot of folks out there, but we will tell you about so many problem spots that we might see out there. And let's talk basketball. The SEC men's basketball tournament is in full swing over at Brentwood.
This Fox 17 This Morning newscast is sponsored by Pool & Spa Depot. You're watching Fox 17 News This Morning, your Code Red station.
We are in a code red weather alert, not for what you see out there right now. Great start to the day, but overnight tonight, a line of storms moves in, and it looks like it could be on the stronger side. We'll detail it for you in my forecast.
Steer clear traffic at I-65 and I-24 at the junction. Things rolling along just fine. We've picked up a couple of minor things. We're going to tell you about that coming up in a few.
And taking advantage of tourists and locals. A warning this morning as you prepare for your next visit downtown. Let's start, though, by thanking you for waking up with us here on Fox 17 News for our final 30 minutes. I'm Erica Glover.
And I'm Justin McFarland. Fox 17 News, your only local news source, live with you from 7 until 9. Jen Waddell has the day off. We've turned the lights red here in the studio, though. That is because of an approaching weather system. Let's get the latest from Greg Bogus.
Yeah, the newest thing here this morning is how this has evolved in the last 12 hours and how it will be a little on the stronger side when it moves in after midnight tonight. We have no worries the entire morning, afternoon, and evening. This is a well after sunset event. Heavy rainfall. We're going to get 1 to 2 inches of rain. Wind being the biggest factor when it comes to any severe weather, but we can't rule out hail and a tornado threat whenever you have any severe weather threat. And it's this kind of a front that's going to move in overnight. You can never put it completely at zero. So we'll be up with you all night making sure if anything pops up, you know well ahead of time what's coming your way. Code red weather alert for that 1 to 2 inches of rain. And again, this is the primary threat. Watching for wind gusts that could get to severe category. Now, if we don't get above 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts, but we're still seeing them 40, 50 miles per hour, that is still going to rattle your windows. You're going to hear the rain hitting the windows as well. It may wake you up. If you don't get an alert to your phone from the Code Red Weather app, that means you're not in a warning, but you still will have to work through some thunderstorms. Taking a look here downtown. Beautiful start to the day. Right side of your screen, your current temperatures are there, and they'll be up all the way through 9 o'clock, even during the commercial breaks like we do every day for you. 71 at 11, 74 at noon, and 77 degrees at 1 p.m. When we piece everything together, though, there are a lot of different seasons we're going to go through. We've got 80 today. We have a weekend that will feel like spring. We have almost winter-like overnight lows Sunday night and Monday night, so plenty of things change as soon as that rain moves in overnight and then exits here about midday tomorrow.
Steer clear traffic for you this morning. A couple of different places to check out. Let's get started here at I-24. This is at Shelby Avenue in downtown Nashville. Traffic there moving along fine. Please keep in mind they're building a $2.2 billion stadium down there. So there's going to be a lot of trucks, heavy equipment, construction, things like that happening in that area over the next several weeks, months, and years at this particular exit. We're also following I-65 at Vietnam Veterans Boulevard north of downtown in the Madison area. We've received word about a possible crash around exit 1. I've been checking all the cameras, have not seen it. Doesn't mean it's not there, just saying haven't seen it yet. We'll continue to watch the roads there for you.
8:32, and we do right now have a breaking news update as we get some more details about a shooting that happened overnight over in Antioch. Well, we understand it happened around 9:45 in the 2000 block of Antioch Pike. Metro police say they found a man sitting inside a car, bleeding from his head and complaining of pain.
Now, officers say there were 3 bullet holes in that car. We were told that man was taken to the hospital in critical condition. As of this point, we do not know his name nor his age. Police have not released any more information about a potential shooter. We'll continue to stay on top of it.
New this Thursday morning, we understand the search continues for Riley Strain. Photo right behind us here. Yeah. He is a 22-year-old senior from the University of Missouri that was last visiting Nashville, and now he's disappeared.
Investigators say he disappeared from a downtown bar and has not been seen since Friday night. Fox 17 News' Amanda Chen is live in the studio with the latest on the investigation and the search.
Well, good morning, guys. It's been almost a week since family and friends haven't heard from Riley Strain, who was here with his fraternity visiting Nashville. And we know from the family that a homeless person was able to identify Strain walking through a camp Friday night. We also know the Tennessee Alcoholic Beverage Commission has opened an investigation to see if he was overserved and if any violations occurred. Now, as of right now, the college senior has been caught on surveillance cameras several times. One video from downtown Smoke and Vape Shop shows Strain stumbling and walking along Church Street. The second video from the same shop shows Strain falling after running. Now, Metro Police also released footage of Strain walking across the street. Now, if you take a closer look here at the screen that I have here, this is the route the family believes he took. So if you see right here, he started on Luke's 32 Bridge. He walked up 3rd Avenue North, took a right onto Church Street. That's where we see some of that surveillance video. And then Metro Police's video, we see him crossing first onto Gay Street. And we know that he continues onto Gay Street. And that's really all we know so far. But Strain's father tells Fox 17 News there has been no activity on his bank account.
There's been a ton of outpouring from home, from all around this area. There's been some great people reach out to us in the Nashville area. It's just been overwhelming. We appreciate all the support from people. You know, if anybody knows anything, if you were there and saw him that night, if you spoke to him, anything like that, please reach out. You know, any information we'll take at this point.
Now, Strain is a white male about 6'5" and weighs around 160 pounds with dark blonde hair, as you saw in those photos, with blue eyes. Police are asking you to call 615-862-8600 if you may have seen Strain. But for now, reporting live in the studio, I'm Amanda Chin, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Amanda, thank you. We have a lot of visitors and locals in town for the SEC men's basketball tournament, which is why we want to make sure you know that officers, they're issuing a warning for anyone visiting the downtown area.
This is all because of a man accused of preying on intoxicated people who are downtown Nashville, and there are lots of those. We're talking about Joshua Ray Clout, who is wanted on 9 outstanding warrants for theft. Now, Metro Police say he will steal phones, wallets, and credit cards.
Officers think there are more victims than they know of right now. So if you recognize the man on your screen, or maybe you know someone who has been impacted, you were asked to call Crime Stoppers.
We want to hear from you. What do you think about going downtown Nashville? Are you afraid for your safety on Lower Broadway? So far, we've gotten the results here on our Twitter poll. Nearly 900 people have voted. 43% of you say yes, you are concerned about your safety. Another 23% of you say no. And another 33% of you, 1 in 3, say you don't even bother going downtown Nashville to Lower Broadway. If you would like to participate in this poll, you can scan the QR code right there on your screen. You can also visit us on our X page. You can find us at Fox Nashville.
How Nashville Mayor Freddie O'Connell plans to keep the bar scene safe after a bouncer faces aggravated assault charges.
Fox 17 News has a code red weather alert for you. It is not for what's happening right now. Right now, we're calm. It's for what's going on.
Some did it, some not, but all with big savings. Town and Country Ford in Madison.
The Good Feet Store, improving people's lives 2 feet at a time.
Just about 8:40, and we do have continuing coverage here. We are taking a much deeper look into a popular Midtown bar, Tin Roof, where one of their bouncers now facing serious criminal charges after police say he put a man in the hospital, ultimately leading to his death.
Nashville Mayor Freddie O'Connell plans to look into ways that people will feel a little bit safer, not just downtown, but throughout the city of Nashville. Fox 17 News' Peyton Hughes is live downtown, or really in Midtown, just outside the Tin Roof, where this whole thing took place.
That's right, Justin and Erica. So the bouncer used to work right here at Tin Roof, and police say that the fight started when Richard Cornelius would not let Austin Turner right back into the bar through these doors. Police say the security guard, 36-year-old Richard Cornelius, is accused of hitting Austin Turner when he tried to get back inside of the bar on Demumbrian back in February. After weeks in the hospital, Turner's family took him off life support. This is not the first time something like this has happened. If you can recall, summer of 2021, 22-year-old Dallas Barrett died at the hands of security guards at another bar, Whiskey Row, which is on Broadway. There's a law that's a direct response to Dallas Barrett's death. It's called Dallas's Law, which requires security guards to complete de-escalation training, safe restraint, and first aid. Mayor Freddie O'Connell says he remembers when Dallas Barrett died at Whiskey Row while he was on Metro Council.
We are constantly looking at ways to keep everyone safe that's enjoying, whether it's in the entertainment district or other establishments outside of or near downtown.
Mayor O'Connell says although the new Safe Bar initiative targets keeping women safe when going to bars, he's going to work with the Office of Nightlife to see what the city can do to keep everyone safe.
We'll go back and look at that. I'm not sure sitting here today what our actual regulatory authority is for the bouncer scenario, but it's something we'll raise with Benton and his staff at the Office of Nightlife.
Richard Cornelius faces aggravated assault charges and was let out on bond. And we've been talking with the DA's office to see if those charges will change, and they're keeping us in the loop, and they're also working with the Metro Nashville Police Department on that as well. So stick with us at fox17.com for the latest. Reporting live on Music Row, Peyton Muse, Fox 17 News, your Code Red station.
Peyton, thank you. Do want to make sure if you're waking up with us right now, you know we are in a Fox 17 News Code Red weather alert. It's not going to be for what you see during the day, because today's temperatures, y'all, we are almost reaching 80 degrees. Lots of sunshine in the forecast for the daytime. It's overnight. That's what we're tracking. That's when the Code Red alert really moves in, overnight into early Friday morning. But look at today's 9 a.m. 60 degrees. It's going to be beautiful outside. Yeah, get outside, enjoy. A lot of folks are on spring break. If you are, hey, you're going to be blessed with a very beautiful Thursday.
Beautiful weather in store. Of course, we do have storms approaching, though, which is why we are in a code red for overnight and into tomorrow morning. Greg Bobus will have details on that in a few. We've also got details on your traffic as you'll take a look south of town. 65 at Moore's Lane, smooth sailing so far. We'll take a look at other things happening around the city.
And the Commodore is looking for a little March magic.
In your background said former U.S. Marine. You can trust them. I knew when you'd say something to me, I didn't have to wonder if you were telling me the truth.
The SEC basketball tournament is back in Music City, and take a look as Vanderbilt faced our Commodores. Final score 90-85. Vanderbilt finishes the year at 9-23. There's questions about Jerry Stackhouse and whether or not he'll return.
Tournament right here at Bridgestone Arena. We're getting a closer look at what exactly the fan experience, what we can expect.
Yeah. David Spencer's on the line with us this morning. He's the Senior Vice President for Events for the Nashville Convention and Visitors Corporation to talk more about the tournament and what fans have in store. David, I'm sure it's been exciting so far, but when are you expecting the crush of people to really get here?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the tournament got underway last night with a great crowd for some initial action. And, you know, as the games pick up today and tomorrow with Kentucky and Tennessee taking place tomorrow, you know, the crowds are definitely here in Nashville, and we see them all over downtown in the honky-tonks, bars, restaurants. They are here.
All right, David, also want to know, you know, I love checking out what's happening in Music City. I was down there yesterday. What advice do you have for fans who are going to be heading out to the zone over there, the fan experience in particular?
Yeah, absolutely. So this year we have a SEC Party in the Park event, which is taking place in Walk of Fame Park in along the street by the side of the Bridgestone Arena. It's a open to the public event. We have a video screen for watch parties, stage with live music taking place throughout the day, Friday and Saturday. Phil Vassar's our headliner on Saturday night, so he'll be performing at 6 o'clock. Really, if you're just looking for something to do, whether you're needing a place to just stop before you head into the arena to catch some of the SEC action, or you just want to be a part of the event and you don't have a ticket, whether you're visiting or whether you're a local, we have a great place for you to come on down and enjoy the festivities.
You know, David, I was mentioning earlier that it's not just the SEC basketball tournament happening downtown. I was mentioning that Casey and the Sunshine Band will be down at the Ryman Auditorium tonight. So you've got like a different crowd of people who are also going to be there. So it's sort of a balance there with the basketball fans, the music fans, everybody kind of coming together. What's your advice for going to any of these events? Parking, trying to get there early, safety, anything?
Sure. Well, the great thing about Music City is, you know, there's always a variety of different kinds of events taking place in the multitude of venues that we have. As always, just, you know, come early, leave extra time when getting downtown, and just, you know, plan to take it all in.
All right, David Spencer, thank you so much for joining us. And if you're heading out there, just give yourself a little extra time because it is busy. It's packed over there, but a definitely good time.
It sounds like it will be. Let's get over to Greg Bobus. He's going to tell us if you're going to need your umbrella or not.
Yeah, this is a busy weekend in general. We have the SEC tournament. We have festivities for St. Patrick's Day, both Saturday and Sunday, and all the rain is done just in time for all of it. That's good. Now, we are still in a code red weather alert, but that's for tonight. Look at the timeline here. Midnight to 7 a.m. It might wake you up overnight, and you're likely driving through it in the morning if you have to head to work, or the kids are getting to the buses that aren't on spring break right now. Taking a look. Biggest threat's going to be damaging wind. These are not at zero. Tornado and hail are not at zero, but they're much smaller on the scale. Wind is the one thing that we have to watch out for most carefully overnight. And when I say overnight, we will be here all night for you just in case you need to know something or it does wake you up and you want a little comfort. Taking a look at timing out who gets what when. Now, this is going to be a line that moves through for everyone. Timing, midnight through around 4 a.m. in our northwestern counties. Timing for heart of Middle Tennessee, including Davidson County, 2 a.m. through 6 a.m. And then the Cumberland Plateau, 3 a.m. until 7 a.m. Now, what I mean by the timing of this is the front line of this storm system is where the severe weather is possible, which we're going to look at. Nothing happening right now. The entire morning and afternoon are great. You're right near 60 degrees right now, and you're going to be up near 80 this afternoon. Future track, nothing happening for us this morning into early afternoon. It wants to bubble up a shower along the Tennessee River, but I don't see it really happening. And if you get a raindrop or two, don't worry about it. Now watch the timeline. It's going to confirm what we just showed. Midnight, going to around 2 a.m. This is that line that we have to watch. There will still be rain behind it, but it's always that very first push of wind that we have to watch out for most carefully, and it's always going to give you the heaviest rainfall. This is going into 4 a.m. Here is 6 a.m. Then that initial push of the stronger thunderstorm activity moves away from us. We get some lingering showers for the rest of the morning on and off, and those finally die down toward the afternoon. And when the rain leaves, it takes our temperatures with it. 80 degrees today, 70 tomorrow, 60s for the weekend. But for all the events taking place Saturday and Sunday, we have nothing to worry about all day long. No rain in the forecast.
Steer clear traffic this morning. Let's get you out to I-65 at Moores Lane. This is just south of downtown Nashville there in the Franklin, Cool Springs area. Wide open traffic. We're looking really, really nice down there so far this morning. No big problems out there to tell you about. We were also receiving word of a possible crash over on the other side of 65. That is near Vietnam Veterans Boulevard, north of downtown, the Madison area. Have not seen it, though. Seems to be doing just fine in both directions there. Lighter than usual traffic because of spring break. We'll see if that continues to hold up for the rest of the week.
Just ahead, the search for
Sell fast, and only Rooms to Go offers an opportunity like this. So shop the Rooms to Go anniversary sofa sale now through Tuesday. Every sofa is on sale.
Right now, we're going to take another look at this morning's top stories because it has been more than 2 weeks and still no sign of Sebastian Rogers.
The 15-year-old disappeared back on February the 26th and was last seen in the Shackle Island community of Sumner County. Well, now the TBI has decided to release pictures so you can take a fresh look at Sebastian.
His family and law enforcement officers, they do not want you to forget that, yes, they are actively working to bring 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers home.
It's now been 6 days since anyone last saw the University of Missouri senior Riley Strain. Now, Riley Strain is from Springfield, Missouri, and people there gathered with candles to have a prayer vigil as they continue to try and hope and pray for his safe return.
Yeah, he was in Nashville for a fraternity formal and was at Luke Bryan's bar with friends. Well, he apparently had too much to drink and then was supposed to be headed back to his hotel. That was near around 8th and Broad. Security camera footage, though, caught him several blocks in the opposite direction. He was unsteady and then fell at one point. To see all of our previous reporting on the Sebastian Rogers case and Riley Strain, go to fox17.com. We have all of that for you there.
Just in this morning from the city of Columbia, their fire chief has now been fired. The Columbia Daily Herald is reporting that their chief, Ty Cobb, has been terminated. This is effective Tuesday.
Yeah, the Herald says the move comes a little over 4 months after he was suspended without pay for 30 days. A city later obtained by the Herald cited insubordination. Right now, Fox 17 News, we are working to find out all the information, and we'll update you both on air and online at fox17.com.
Well, right now, let's get to the latest on your forecast. Greg Boba standing by as we've seen a couple of clouds move in, Greg, over the last little bit.
Yeah, that'll kind of be today's situation. On and off cloud cover with some sun, high at 80 degrees, good looking day. Everything cools down for the weekend. There's so much going on. All
There
the
is so much
SEC
going
action,
on.
and then everything for St. Patrick's Day as well.
Don't rain on my parade, Greg.
Well, how about we take a look at the parade forecast then, and we'll see if we're going to rain on your parade. Now this is Saturday morning, even though St. Patrick's Day is on Sunday. East Nashville at 10 a.m. So nothing going to happen that you have to worry about. Rain is done by then from the overnight stuff we're going to have today. Parade looks great. 52 degrees at 9, 54 at 10, 57 degrees at 11. So whether you're doing one of the numerous things for St. Patrick's Day over the weekend or heading right down near Bridgestone, we're looking okay. We're not going to be as warm as we were the last few days, so keep that in mind. It's 80 today, 70 degrees tomorrow, and then the weekend itself dries out, but it will be a little bit cooler. And do not let Monday and Tuesday of next week catch you off guard. Enjoy your weekend, make your plans. No winter coats then, but waking up Monday morning, I guarantee you there will be upper 20s on the map, and there will be upper 20s on the map Monday night into Tuesday. That means we're going to go from 80
deals.com for this exclusive offer. They're going to go fast, so you want to get this right away.
Cataracts are not just an eye complication seen in people. In fact, both dogs and cats can develop this vision-impacting issue. A cataract happens when an opacity develops over